Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. Rather breezy, the high 51, and partly cloudy tonight, low 32. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow with periods of rain from mid-morning on, the high 42. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 35. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K, Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest three stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, it's hard for me to be horrified because I'd say to you folks, I've seen everything twice, but this one rips at my heart, man. I wanted to punch something. I just did. I thought of my grandmother. I just did. I thought my Irish grandmother. I thought of my Italian grandmother. And then I thought of my wife. I thought, Jesus, she can't be downtown walking around anywhere. I mean, as much as we want to think downtown's better, this incident suggests it's worse. And if I'm the police chief, and I like him, he's a hardcore guy, I'm saying this stuff is over. Done. To imagine that this animal, and that's what he is, he's an animal, and you can suggest to me all you want that the system failed him and that he was abused as a child and all that stuff, and that's fine. But this animal, with a track record that's sickening, and a criminal record 5 miles long, follow this sweet 93-year-old, God bless her, she's 93, she's downtown on a bus. And this son of a bitch gets on the bus and follows her home and rapes her. 93. And the judges are concerned that they want to get her testimony on tape because she could die before this ever gets to trial. And this son of a bitch, I won't use the vulgarity anymore, I apologize, will walk yet again. I got one of the best judges in America on the phone, but I got to read a couple things first so you understand the dynamic here that has me so incensed. First of all, he's homeless. Okay? Second of all, he's been kicked from jail more times than you can imagine. And listen to this from one of my boys this morning regarding this guy. Ronnie Huff, known drunken degenerate, this is verbatim, who's been terrorizing people downtown for years, followed a 93-year-old woman home and sexually assaulted her. Terrible. Folks, he's a registered sex offender. He raped a 15-year-old girl. I counted 28 arrests just in Allegheny County. I'm sorry, 23. 8 prior assaults. One guy out in the streets yesterday to rape a 93-year-old woman. 8 prior assaults. 2 prior recklessly endangering another person. 3 DUIs. 2 accidents involving death or injury. 5 public drunkenness. 2 indecent exposure. 6 counts indecent assault. 1 indecent exposure. 2 corruption of minors. 1 unlawful conduct. 2 counts of rape. Those are prior to yesterday's arrest. Yesterday's arrest. Simple assault. Ag assault. Unlawful restraint. False imprisonment. Rape. Sex assault. Ag indecent assault. Indecent assault. Burglary and criminal trespass. 93-year-old woman raped. And a judge sent me the note this morning. Maybe we can get a deposition of her on video because we worry that she could die before this gets to trial. Now think of this. Think of this in the context of that could be your mom or your grandmother and the horrifying, despicable act. One of the best judges in America, retired Judge Anthony Mariani, now working with Phil DeLucente, joining me this morning. Judge, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This one scares the hell out of me that this sort of thing happens, sir. And when you read through the criminal case as a judge who has sat in some historic trials, how does this hit you, sir?
This case shows a lot of the weaknesses of what the judicial system, the justice system generally is trying to do in these kinds of cases. And there are several weaknesses. One is when you have a youthful victim, as you mentioned, the young victim. Deals are made many times to spare that victim the ordeal of having to take the stand in open court and describe in detail what the perpetrator did to her. So deals are made that lessen the impact of the control over the defendant, because instead of a felony, 10 to 20 years, maybe 2 or 3 felonies, 10 to 20 years each, you have some misdemeanors, or you make a deal on one felony. That's a very low sentence, relatively speaking, and that person is then put on probation, special probation, sex offender. There we have a sex offense court within the court. I presided over it. I was one of the judges designated at the time. And the supervision is supposed to be much more detailed than is general probation. But when you have somebody who's homeless, you can't find that
Hold
person.
on. This is such a great point. I'm so glad you touched on this, because I knew you would know this, because I've followed these sex offenders before. He's supposed to have an address, sir. Yet he's homeless.
Right.
Why the hell can't you just arrest him and throw him in jail forever because he doesn't have an address and he's roaming the streets as a sex offender?
Well, one would argue that attitude goes against the view of the United States, which is we don't put people in jail because they're poor.
Yeah, but he's a registered sex offender, and he has to report an address, and it's a felon if he doesn't, sir.
All right, but so let's walk with that. Let's take the hardest line we can on the law on that. So he pleaded to an offense, let's say, that had a 10-year maximum. Let's just put that out there.
Yes, sir.
He does 2 years. You arguably, with your approach, you could keep him in for 8 more years if he doesn't have a home. But at the end of the 10 years, he's a free man, no supervision.
Yeah, but Judge, that's before we get into the 19 pages of other charges that we have here, right? Indecent exposure, a failure to identify, simple assault, 5 DUIs, indecent assault. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Public drunkenness.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But those were handled one at a time, were in groups, and they were handled probably similarly. And indecent exposure, as offensive as it is, that's generally treated very lightly in the courts because it's a relatively low-level offense. So my point about getting back to, well, why would we let them out? One is we don't jail people because they're poor. But two, if you have some attempt at supervision to dissuade him from future conduct, it's argued that that's better than just keeping him in with no supervision, no attempt to try to refocus him, and then just letting him out when the time runs out. So there are pros and cons on this that cut both ways. But the intent of the Megan's Law to keep tabs is total, and to keep tabs and to supervise is totally frustrated by someone who doesn't have a permanent address, employment address, or residence address.
Which again, and this is redundant, I'm so glad you're here, brings me back to why the hell is he allowed to roam around if he's on Megan's list? If I do this, sir, and I'm a reported sex offender, and I don't have a registered address, they can come and pick my ass up and throw me in jail. Can they not, sir? Whether I'm poor or not, sir. Right.
They can. They can do that.
Right.
But if it turns out you are homeless and you don't have an address, not because you haven't tried, we have had situations in which we're ready to parole somebody or put them on probation, and they have nowhere to go. They don't have an address to go to. They don't have a home plan because they don't have a home. So my point isn't that we should therefore just say, oh, well. My point is that what our structure is not good enough to protect the community.
Can you hang, Judge?
Yes.
Oh, this is amazing. That's why I love him. Honestly, one of the best judges in the country. And the beauty of him is he's so damn honest. Wow. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have a couple of accidents out on the area roads. One in Garfield on Dearborn Street at North Eveline Street. Watch for first responders headed to the scene of that reported accident. We do have them working with an accident in Shadyside on Center Avenue near South Aiken Avenue, so a very busy intersection there. Watch for delays. Parkway East inbound has plenty of delays left over from the rush hour. You're lining up between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale as you head toward the Squirrel Hill tunnels, lining up behind the Fort Pitt tunnels. tunnels, also some company for you there. Brake lights beginning on the inbound Parkway West, right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels, outbound ride toward the airport. A decent one right now. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. I love Universal Windows Direct. Now, the holiday season. Family, friends, staying cozy inside your home. But it's drafty, hard to stay comfortable. With Universal Windows Direct, you fix that right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 2 free. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. I love my windows.
The county just requested more electric charging stations.
Orders have really amped up at Able Electric.
We need 3 more at First and Main, and we just got another hotel chain.
It's no shock. Able Electric needs able electricians.
Grocery store wants charging stations, too.
And fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, folks, Marty, there's still time to get your home quite clean for Christmas with my friends at Coit Cleaning Services. Hurry and call them right now. Save 40% off of all services. Wow. That's right. Put Coit on your Christmas list. Save 40% off all services, carpets, rugs, upholstery, drapes, and blinds. You got to call today to get it scheduled. 1-800-FOR-COIT. That's 1-800-FOR-COIT. Coit gift cards are available as well. 1-800-FOR-COIT.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Download the Par-Mar Rewards app today for some big gas and grocery savings. Dan Zang really here to tell you that loyalty has its rewards at Par-Mar stores. Remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Anthony Mariani's because he's brilliant. He had an insane career. He's retired now, working with Phil DeLucente. And what he's preaching here is the damn truth. And I think that's why it's so hard for me to hear. It's very difficult for me to read through these charges, Judge. And it shocks the hell out of me. And you know, I read them too. You know them better than I do. I mean, this is your thing. But for the audience, 8 prior assaults, 2 prior recklessly endangering another person, 3 DUIs, 2 accidents involving death, 5 public drunken, 2 indecent exposure, 6 counts indecent assault. Yet, You're telling me he can't be in jail, right, Judge?
Well, he can't be in jail because he's been arrested for all that. And if you go through that, and let's even assume he's been convicted of all that. Yeah. DUIs are handled for everybody else with 2 days minimum, probation,
right.
ARD,
right.
alternatives, halfway house,
right.
treatment, right?
Uh-huh.
Then similarly to the assault charges are probably bargained down to misdemeanors for the most part, lower level.
Yep.
All right, but the point is we're trying to balance values with how we handle these cases. My view is we're out of balance. My view is to expose a 93-year-old woman to what she's alleged to have gone through because our system can't keep track of somebody. That's out of balance to me.
You're right.
But people who on the other side of that, we had people, I think last night, protesting at the mayor's house.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be into that later.
Over the homelessness encampment. There are values that type of valuation from a large segment of our community that don't treat people this harshly.
Yeah.
But if their 93-year-old grandmother were the victim, maybe they might change their mind. Right?
With a history of raping a 15-year-old.
Why should the public be endangered?
Who raped a 15-year-old girl, I might add, sir.
Yeah, okay, but my point is that we have to place a value on whether we're going to protect the public more and not be as treatment-oriented or probation-oriented on some of these things. Are we going to try to keep the value of probation and treatment and keep the public at the risk the public currently is at? I say we're out of balance, but I can say that now. When I was a judge, I couldn't say that. I had to follow the guidelines.
So, Judge, would it be safe to assume, and I don't know squat about this kind of thing, that he's also mentally ill, considering this history here, sir?
That's a fair starting point.
Yeah. So he's not in treatment anywhere. He wasn't certainly in rehab anywhere.
Understand something.
What's that, sir?
Understand something.
Yes.
Mentally ill doesn't mean doesn't know what he's doing from right or wrong.
Excellent.
So those people think mentally ill, therefore he's not responsible for himself. That's not what the law says at all. He is responsible for himself. And if you try treatment a couple of times and it doesn't work, my view is you've got to at some point say, look, it's just not. He's not responsive to what we're trying to do. Either our methods are wrong, or he's not going to be changed no matter what. We can't keep putting 93-year-old grandmothers at risk.
Jesus. Judge, you know what scares the hell out of me? All these women that we know, I know, including my wife, my daughters, they're downtown, and this guy, this monster, is friggin' downtown, sir.
I have friends from the suburbs who tell me they won't ever go downtown anymore. They used to go to the Heinz Hall and places like that. They won't go anymore.
Man. It makes me sick to think she could die before this ever gets to court, to trial, sir.
All right, but listen, with all of this,
yes, sir,
we're talking about somebody who's had multiple chances.
Yeah.
Let's back up. Let somebody on his first chance. I'm not one saying just throw him in jail because of it. I think treatment, I think those kinds of supervision tactics are valuable and can work. Yeah. But when somebody demonstrates over and over they don't work, that's when you've got to maybe change what you're doing.
Yeah. No, it's a crap show, sir, and there's no end in sight. And we kind of swung too far to the left, wouldn't that be fair to say, sir?
Well, now that I'm free to say, yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we go firing back all the way to the right again. We got to pull back from what we're doing because we are, in my view, these methods which continue to go in that direction. Yep. You look at the latest sentencing laws, our legislature has made it harder and harder for judges to issue sentences like they used to.
And I would also argue that he's not the only one out there with this kind of background who's this dangerous downtown, sir, right?
I would bet whatever odds you want to give me that you're right.
Yeah. Judge Anthony Mariani, thank you for your honesty, man. You're the best ever. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Man, he's amazing. Thank you, Judge. He lived it, and he nailed it, man. I'm stuttering because of the criminal history. You see this crap, and that man knows this game. All right. Go ahead, Ken. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, I was listening to you and the judge. I mean, looking at these communities where the homeless are at, it was on the news that it looks like the mayor of Pittsburgh opened a school and put homeless in there. The neighbor was complaining.
Yep.
And she can't do anything about it, but there is something she can do. She can sit there and petition and sit there to go to the meetings and sit there and say, well, we need to know how many low-level sex offenders are in here. And you know what? That holds the city responsible. That holds the mayor responsible, the owner of the building responsible. I mean, you have the biggest soapbox out there. You don't see homeless encampments in Mount Lebanon.
You don't, sir.
See them in Aspinwall.
You don't, sir.
See them in Fox Chapel.
You don't, sir.
What are those laws doing right that Pittsburgh's doing wrong?
And that sums it up. And it's a hell of a call, and it's spot on. What they're doing in Pittsburgh is says everybody's welcome. Finally, the mayor says, to hell with that. We're taking these camps down. Now he's the bad guy. No one wins in this horrible, horrible scenario. Here we go. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Do you have shoeboxes full of old videotapes and photos? Starting now, radio listeners get access to our best last-minute holiday deals from Legacy Box. Get your family's videotapes converted for just $9 and photos professionally scanned for as low as 7 cents each, which is 76% less than what other brands charge. As the world's largest digitizer, you know you can trust Legacy Box to digitize your entire collection of old media. Everything from the embarrassing haircut you had in the 90s to photos of your great-grandma's wedding. Visit legacybox.com/value to get 200 photos scanned starting at just $19.95. Oh, and don't forget, Legacy Box also digitizes over 15 other types of analog media. It's the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season. Take advantage of this exclusive last-minute holiday offer from Legacy Box. Go to legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com/value.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
44 and mostly cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Public safety confirms shots were fired this morning outside Perry Academy. Police responded to a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds fired at a teenage boy. There were no injuries, but bullets damaged the school building. Police are investigating at the home of the 15-year-old student who opened fire Monday at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. A teacher and a teenage student were killed. 6 others wounded in that shooting. Police looking for the motive now. Here's CBS's Ian Lee in Madison.
They're going through her social media. They're going through her room, really trying to piece it all together. And also, did this gun come from the family? Did it come from somewhere else? These are all the questions they're looking into this morning.
Police say the shooter was found with a self-inflicted wound when officers arrived. Highlands High School's boys basketball coaches resigned amid an investigation of hazing allegations. Bill Flo did not explain his decision to the team Monday after 6 months as coach. C.J. Harvey shared his reaction about that with KDKA TV.
Surprising. That's odd. That's all I could say. Very odd. I mean, like I say, why?
The district has confirmed allegations of hazing involving the boys' basketball team. Some parents believe the alleged incident happened on a bus as the team was traveling on December 3rd to Indiana. Today's game between Highlands and Mars has been canceled. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 262 points at 43,455. The Nasdaq is down 139 and the S&P is down 33. KDKA Radio News Time 10:30. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Before Levin closes the book on 2024, there's a few thousand items we like to clear out. Save not 50, not 60, but 70% off closeouts, floor samples, and clearance. Plus, save an extra 20% off store-wide, and we pay your sales tax. Get up to 5-year special financing with no money down. That means our best-selling Lazy Boy reclining sofa now just $21 per month. Lazy Boy power lift chair just $15 per month. The end-of-year clearance at Levin Furniture and Levin Mattress.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season.
When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered in motion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's enhanced network. Learn more at USPS.com/holiday ride.
This is Bishop David Zubik of the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh. As we celebrate the birth of Jesus, I invite you to join us for Mass this Christmas. The birth of Jesus, so many years ago, continues to bring us hope, peace, and joy today. Experience the love and grace he offers to all. From all of us in the Diocese of Pittsburgh, much love. For Mass times in any of our churches, visit diopit.org. And once again, Merry Christmas.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-881-4242, 800-881-4242.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-481-4455. 800-481-4455. That's 800-481-4455.
Man. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
Hey, Marty, and we do have an accident now. This one, a new one in West Mifflin, reported on Rodeo Drive near Lebanon Church Road, also not far from the intersection with Buttermilk Hollow Road, a pretty busy stretch of road there. So do watch out for the first responders rolling up on the scene there. No accidents in your way, but rather a construction zone lane restriction on 28 southbound. Crews will be there until about 3 this afternoon doing fiber optic replacement work near the Highland Park Bridge. Northbound 28 has some delays as well around a construction zone lane restriction approaching Millvale, so prepare for that. Parkway East inbound is slow right around Edgewood Swissvale, and you just have some minor delays heading inbound toward town via the Parkway West through those Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. It'll be rather breezy at times, the high of 51. Partly cloudy tonight, though 32. Tomorrow, cloudy and cooler with periods of rain from mid-morning on. Our high tomorrow, 42. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved. It ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, it's a Tuesday here. Colin Dunlap with you. We'll continue to keep tabs on what's going on in Madison, Wisconsin, inching closer towards Christmas as well. So much to talk about. 2 to 6 right here, KDK.
I don't know what's more horrifying, the actual incident itself or what the judge said, in essence, we're screwed. I don't know. I got to read this. So this guy rapes a 93-year-old woman, followed her home on the bus. I read through his criminal charges. There are at least 23 arrests. He's out in the streets, wandering around. And this is he raped a 15-year-old girl. Without getting disgusting, I've got to read some of the details. He was staying at a woman's house, and her daughter came home. Okay? Mother was asleep. He goes into the daughter's bedroom. Okay? Pulls her pajama pants off. And rapes her. According to this report, this was his sister. According to the report, this is his sister that he sexually assaulted. So here we are. A guy rapes his sister. A guy has his sister. A guy has 23 arrests. And he's out in the friggin' street to rape a homeless guy raped this woman. I am so disgusted by this. 8 prior assaults. 2 prior recklessly endangering another person. 3 DUIs. 2 accidents involving death or injury while not properly licensed. This guy's on the streets. Huff. Raped his sister. 2 indecent exposure. 5 public drunkenness. 6 counts indecent assault. 2 corruption of minors. 1 indecent exposure. 1 unlawful conduct with a minor. 2 counts of rape. That was before yesterday's arrest. Yesterday was simple assault, ag assault, unlawful restraint, false imprisonment, rape, sex assault, aggravated indecent assault, burglary, and criminal trespass. And one of my boys sent me a note this morning suggesting that this Ronnie Huff guy who we're talking about here is notorious, that he's known by name downtown, known drunk degenerate, who's been terrorizing people downtown for years. How the hell does that happen? Because the cops aren't allowed to do their friggin' job. Known drunk degenerate who's been terrorizing people downtown for years. Just imagine if that's your wife on that bus, or your grandmother, who's friggin' 93. And I apologize for the language today. I'm ready to punch someone or choke everyone. The horror of thinking of what that poor woman went through, what this son of a bitch did to her, is beyond imagination. And then on the grander scale, to imagine we have a system this jacked up. The judge was smooth. He basically said, we're tied, bro. Legislature says kick him. Get him help. What would you do, folks? Where are we at here? And if you hear anyone the next month tell you downtown's great, ask them about Ronnie Huff. 23 arrests. Degenerate. Stalking people downtown for years. There's a Chamber of Commerce moment. 866-391-1020. What the hell do we do now? Number one, clean out the friggin' homeless camps. All of them today. All of them. Bye-bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. There's a place down the street. Go there. And if you don't, we'll arrest you again and throw you in jail. Bye. God. I am so sick of the far right suggesting that these homeless folks are the victims here. One of them raped a 93-year-old woman. That's for starters. Anthony, go ahead, brother.
Well, the Supreme Court has given every city in America the authority to arrest for vagrancy and loitering. You just have to have the Constitution to do it. When you're asked, when they are told they have to leave, and try to help them, but if they refuse, they can be arrested. So, but see, what happens is, Marty, you have these activist types who show up, at the mayor's house yesterday. And they're doing the same playbook they did to Peduto. And, that one thing here I need to say about that, Marty, that should be stopped immediately.
They put a tent in his friggin' driveway.
But you know where his office is. That's where you want to protest. You should not be allowed to come to the neighborhood. It's unsafe in this environment.
And by the way, this guy, by the way, to the point of he's had so many DUI arrests, he passed out after he raped her. He was passed out when the cops got to the house.
Well, how was he in state prison in the first place? It sounds like an habitual criminal. How is he not in state prison? But we're not talking about, as you said, the police officer who said he's a drunk and incorrigible. But we're talking about serious charges.
23 arrests, bro.
Other nefarious things.
23 arrests.
Right. How is he not in state prison facing 50 years?
You heard the judge, and the judge is one of the best ever.
Well, then we're in a sad state of affairs.
We're in a sad state of affairs.
It's honestly. But the mayor, see, this is what happens when you embrace that crowd. And I always tell those homeless, all those activist types, I say, well, here's what we do. Since you don't want to have you want them in the encampments, why don't you individually take them home with you? I'm sure you have room for them in your garage or in your backyard.
Let me tell you the mindset. And this is fact, and she won't contest this because she admits it. So, and Patrick knows this because he was there when this went down. So Patrick and I were viewing a bunch of drug deals in these tents downtown, right? And then the cops see them, and they make all these arrests. They had drug couriers dropping off drugs at the tents. They had a whole new marketplace, right?
Yes.
You know what Bethany Hallam said? Why are they bothering those folks? They're making money. Leave them alone.
Well, we already know her mindset because she doesn't believe that any law should be
Her
enforced.
mindset is their mindset. These are the same folks who were at Gainey's house, brother.
It was, see, you know what? That's, like I said, that's a dangerous situation. We just had a CEO who was shot in the back.
That's right.
By some
That's
crazy.
right.
So you should not be showing up. Remember, a couple of years ago, Marty, they tried that in Wilkinsburg, and the mayor of that town, she came out with a gun because she felt threatened. And I don't blame her. You should not be going to neighborhoods doing your protest of any politician.
Anthony,
that's wrong.
You're the best, brother. Thank you. It's a frightening time. Thank you, Anthony. A man with 23 arrests, several sex assault charges, raped his own sister. 23 arrests, folks. Known by every cop downtown. Is roaming the streets, follows a woman home on the bus, rapes her, and passes out when the cops get there. He's passed out on the couch. To which I say, is this as good as it gets? And if it is, we're all screwed. 866-391-1020. Your next step, if you're planning that jaunt to the bus stop downtown, 866-391-1020. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Helen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, thank you so much. We have an accident in West Mifflin that's being cleared from Rodeo Drive near Lebanon Church Road, also not far from the intersection with Buttermilk Hollow Road, so do watch out for the delays there. Overhead sign inspection work here in the city of Pittsburgh is possibly going to slow your go here through the midday. Watch for single lane restrictions and traffic shifts from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Crews working on the Boulevard of the Allies ramps to the Liberty Bridge and also on 279's ramps to the Boulevard of the Allies and to Fort Pitt Boulevard. We do have the Parkway East inbound still a little bit slow right around Edgewood Swissvale as you try to squeeze through those Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder. Get 50% off all windows and 0% interest for 6 years. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION. Window Nation is a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Receive a pair of Penguins tickets with the purchase of a house of windows.
For the past 3 seasons of Gone South, we've covered one story per season. Now, Gone South is back for a 4th season. But this time, we're doing things a little differently. In Gone South Season 4, we'll be bringing you news stories every week with no end in sight. Listen to and follow Gone South, an Odyssey original podcast, on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the KDKA Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week, powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Every Friday at 6, we bring you the best players, the best sounds of the game, and the best matchups in the WPIAL. This week, North Allegheny visits Pine Richland, presented by Coons Quality Foods, the official store of high school basketball. Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine of high school basketball. Tobacco-free Adagio Health. And brought to you by Parmar Stores. If there isn't a Parmar store near you, there will be soon. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Let's talk about personal experience with Diamonds Direct. My niece was getting engaged. Mara, who is a goddess, a lover. Her fiance came to me and said, I need a ring. This is a true story. We went to Diamonds Direct. I did with him. Over the phone, from out of state. Their salespeople, amazing, amazing, amazing. Got him, and thus her, the most beautiful diamond for the best value I've ever seen in my life. They're right here in town, right there off of McKnight Road, right there at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. I'm telling you, it's the best service, it's the best diamond, it's the best staff, and it's the best price I've ever seen. Diamonds Direct took care of my family, and they'll take care of yours. Absolutely amazing place, Diamonds Direct. Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friends at MediConnect tell me between now and March 31st, they are in an open enrollment period for Medicare. You know it's confusing. If you have any questions about your current coverage or your benefits, now's the time to take a look. Could a new 5-star plan work better? Are you overpaying with prescriptions or other copays? 888-818-6334. MediConnect is local. They've got experts. They'll guide you through Medicare. No cost, no obligation. 888-818-6334.
I'm here for PJ Fitzpatrick. I've got to tell you, don't go with just any guy to replace your roof. Choose PJ Fitzpatrick. Why choose the B team when you could get the A team from PJ Fitzpatrick? Trust PJ Fitzpatrick to get your roof done right with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. PJ Fitzpatrick has thousands of 5-star reviews and over 40 years of experience. Plus, they can install most roofs in one day. Visit trustpj.com today to set up a free design consultation and take advantage of the fall promotions.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Ava from Philadelphia asks, post-election, I'm reading and seeing so much about safeguarding investments. Some are even pulling out of stocks entirely. How can we guard ourselves against volatility without being recklessly anxious? This is a great question, Ava. I know it's very easy to get caught up in the noise. That's what it is, just noise. My advice is to ignore it and stick to your game plan. Remember, you're investing for years, if not decades in the future, not just for the next 4 years.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Patrick and myself, we talk in the breaks, and it's a massive hole in the system as cities around America grapple with this homeless crisis. I applaud the mayor for finally getting off his butt and clearing out these homeless camps. And truth be known, they have housing for these folks now. And if they don't want housing and they don't want help, put them in jail. And that's where I'm at. I'm so bitter about this now that we're defending homeless people who are raping 93-year-old women. Hey, we had a woman on the air here, God bless her, walking down the damn trail with her 9.5-month-old baby, and if it wasn't for her dog, she'd have been stabbed to death. Homeless person. We had a cop, a wonderful family man, running on the trail, stabbed to death by a homeless person. Stop with this crap about the poor homeless people. Yes, they need help. Get them the friggin' help. But in the meantime, get the monsters off the midway. They're animals. This is an animal here. It's an animal. I have no empathy for him. I'm so hurt for this woman and her family. If you understand, as you know, how frail 93 is, and honestly, the courage it takes for someone 93 to get on the bus by themselves in the first place is amazing. And to imagine that now she has to live through this horror, and to imagine that this is what she ends up going through, it's ripping my heart out today. And then to hear the judge, Mariani, who's my man, and really one of the best judges ever, respected everywhere, saying, we're screwed, man. Welcome to America. Go ahead, Ross.
Yeah, Marty, this is the kind of situation that will make, as you said, the judge and legislatures change their mindset. We don't have poorhouses, and they won't call it that, but they'll start. For the last 20 years, our institutions of incarceration have been de facto mental health.
They have, sir. It's the biggest mental health. It's the biggest mental health facility in Allegheny County is the jail. Look, it's a horrible place to send someone who's mentally ill, but if you can get the staff in there to treat them, and that's the only option, to hell with it. Put them in there. I'm done. This was it for me. This is as the lights fade from the screen, it's the famous final scene. This is it for me. I hit the wall. And by the way, now they're calling a mayor a liar. Okay. Isn't it funny how now the woke's fighting the woke? The woke's going at it against the woke. So the woke mayor is now going at it with the woker progressives who think all these homeless folks are saints. And to hell with the fact that they have housing for them. That's a lie. This is what I was told last night. The mayor's lying. There is no housing. Oh. So the plan for the wokesters in Pittsburgh, this is not hyperbole, is to leave the homeless the hell alone. And you know, I've had Bethany on this show before. We have a mutual respect. Whether you like that or not is irrelevant. When I speak for her, she speaks for them. So you know this. She believes the homeless are the victims. She believes all the drugs they use should be legal. I'm not exaggerating, folks. She believes they should be able to sell drugs and have sex acts in the tents because it's none of our business. Her words, not mine. She says there is no homeless for the people in these tents. And she has a meeting this morning, right now, with the mayor to call him a liar. I'm serious. So now we have woke going after woker. There's a reckoning. And it's time. I say this all the time, ebb and flow. It's flowing and it's ebbing. And here's what's got to happen. Clean up every single friggin' tent from every downtown site and every friggin' trail. And point them in the direction of the housing. And if they don't like it, show them the jail and give them the choice. You go here or you go here. Take your pick, please.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington, Wexford, and Uniontown. Visit Shorkey Kia today.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do, folks. They're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan silver bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan silver dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Americans treasure owning silver bars and coins, putting them away for themselves and their loved ones. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. You'll be glad you did. Hurry, don't miss out on this special deal. Save $10 per silver bar. The more you buy, the more you save. Limit of 25 bars per customer. Call to learn more. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan silver dollar. That's a $59.95 value and free shipping. Call 1-800-222-3871 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan silver dollar bars. That's 1-800-222-3871.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 46, cloudy at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Gunshots outside Perry Traditional Academy resulted in a lockdown at the school this morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush was there and has details.
Police were called to the high school just after 8 a.m. after a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds of gunfire, according to officials. Perry High School on Pittsburgh's north side was hit by bullets during a shooting outside the school shortly after students arrived. The school went into lockdown as a precaution. The early investigation indicates that a juvenile male was the intended target. There were no injuries. The school sustained some damage and police are continuing to investigate. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
And police in Madison, Wisconsin are investigating what led to Monday's shooting at Abundant Life Christian School, where a student and a teacher were killed before police say the shooter, a 15-year-old girl, turned the gun on herself. CBS's Ian Lee has the latest on the investigation.
What could make a 15-year-old girl do this? What could make anyone really do this? The police say the parents have been very cooperative. They went to the house. They searched the house. There was the video of the house, and you could see the door was blown off. I actually asked the police officer, the police chief, why the door was blown off. He said that was a precautionary move. They said they wanted to make sure there were no explosive behind the door. They wanted to make sure everyone's safe. But they said the family has been cooperating.
At least 6 others were wounded yesterday, including 2 students with life-threatening injuries. West Mifflin area high school students are learning remotely today after a fire ripped through the auditorium. The school district released a statement saying the fire originated from a scissor lift owned and operated by a contractor that was plugged in to charge overnight. That lift caught fire and damaged a part of the auditorium's wall and floor, but the flames were extinguished quickly. In-person learning will resume tomorrow. TSA officers stopped the 41st gun of the year at Pittsburgh International Monday. That loaded .25 caliber handgun was in an 84-man's backpack. Bringing a gun to an airport checkpoint carries a federal civil penalty of up to $15,000. Yesterday's gun brings the number of weapons stopped at security checkpoints near the record of 44 last year. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 263 points at 43,454. The Nasdaq is down 97, the S&P down 27.
I just can't smile without you.
Barry Manilow's last concert tour will stop at PPG Paints Arena next year. The 81-year-old's last Pittsburgh concert is set for Friday, May 23rd. Tickets will go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. KDKA Sports, the Penguins host the LA Kings tonight. West Virginia will meet number 25 Memphis in the Frisco Bowl. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. It's 46 and cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Last year, flu and COVID hospitalized nearly 1 million adults 65 and older. That's nearly 1 million men, women, parents, grandparents, chess players, checkers players, and chess players who are so bad at chess, they really should stick to checkers. So if you're one of these people, or not, get this season's flu and COVID vaccines so you can keep being the totally unique person you are, whoever that is.
Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
Tune in to KDKA at midnight on Christmas Eve for a special midnight mass from St. Michael Church of Saints, Joachim and Ann Parish in Elizabeth. Christmas has special meanings, and this annual Christmas Mass broadcast is proudly presented by Rome Monument, a company that knows about special meanings. As the Tri-State's largest memorial company founded by Michael Diagardi, Rome Monument is a fourth-generation family-owned business. Their special Christmas gift is providing a Christmas Eve Mass broadcast on KDKA. Merry Christmas from the Diagardi family.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser, Ellen Gamble. What's up?
All right, Marty, what's happening out there is a lot of delays caused by zones where we have some lane restrictions or shoulder restrictions. Parkway East, for example, inbound, you'll find some slowdowns right around Edgewood, Swissvale as you head for the Squirrel Hill tunnels. A reminder that until about 3 p.m. today, the right shoulder on the westbound or inbound side of 376, the Parkway East, is closed. We can see those crews now with the PennDOT cameras. They're between the Edgewood, Swissvale exit and the Squirrel Hill tunnel. And they're working on the lighting under the bridge that carries I-376, the Parkway East over Commercial Street down in Frick Park there. So do watch out for some occasional slowdowns past that work scene. Also, 28 southbound has delays around a lane restriction near the Highland Park Bridge. Northbound or outbound, you'll find a lane restriction as you approach Millvale. 79 southbound near the Moon Run interchange has some crews out working today, and the lane restriction is causing slowdowns there. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Rather nice for the rest of today with sunshine and some clouds, a bit on the breezy side with a high of 51. Partly cloudy much of tonight, though around freezing. Tomorrow, cloudy, cooler day with some rain from mid-morning on, the high 42. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, one of the most gut-wrenching, harrowing experiences that we've ever been through in this region happened when this wonderful woman fell into this mine shaft. It was like something we've never seen, and it captivated the community. It captivated the region, and the truth of the matter is it broke a lot of hearts. And Ms. Pollard, after a long search, was found. Her body was found, and her parents and the family is grieving. But it's something that we'll never forget. But I'll tell you what, I'm sitting there last night watching my man Ross Gadati on KDKA TV, and I see the granddaughter of Elizabeth Pollard. Now, you remember when this incident happened behind this diner, this little girl was in the car sleeping, and she'd been in there for like 8 hours and never saw Grandma again alive. And so we're all filled with sorrow, and we're all full of grief. And the state police yesterday did the most beautiful thing for this little girl. And it's something they do for a lot of children. And I'll tell you what, it brings joy and happiness in a world full of pain and despair. And I absolutely love it. The man at the heart of this entire scenario, as it played out day after day after day, was Steve Lamonti. Who, quite frankly, was amazing, and honestly said, I'm not leaving here until they find that poor woman. And he didn't. And then I see him yesterday with the toys and the kids, and it's a hell of a thing. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing spectacular, Marty. How about you?
A lot of emotions with something like this, right?
Oh, it's been one heck of a this last 2 weeks have been one heck of a month, and it's been an emotional roller coaster. Not just for me, for the community, for the police officers, all the first responders. You know, and I think yesterday was probably one of the best days that I've had in a long time, and it was great spending time with Elizabeth's family, her granddaughter, and boy, is that kid she's a pistol, man. She is full of energy and excitement, and we had so much fun with her. And I don't know if you got to see the very beginning.
I did.
But when our police officers walked up to her,
yep.
You know, the one of the guys that took her shopping was one of the guys that found her on the midnight shift. You know, the first thing she did was like kind of, hug her mom and kind of like tucked into her mother, like slightly scared.
Yeah.
And then by the time it was all over, she even said something to me. I forget her way she said it. She's like, "This wasn't anywhere near as bad as what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be bad because she was scared." So it was awesome that she went from, the feeling of maybe, guys that she had met before in a bad situation,
Yep.
and then we got to take her, and she's riding a bike through Walmart, right? So we went full circle, and it was awesome, and we had so much fun with her. And talking to her mom, she said they've had a rough go, but she's like, today you're gonna take her mind off it, and that's for sure.
So throughout my career, I've been in a significant number of children's hospitals, And I was in a Shriners Hospital in Dallas, and I was following the path of a 4-year-old boy with cancer. And when the elevator doors opened, and I was really young at the time, I was in my 20s, I was just starting out in the business. And I remember, Steve, as clear as day, there were kids laughing and throwing footballs and running around. A kid with one leg was in a wheelchair catching a football. There was a kid with one arm. A kid had lost her eye from cancer. He was giggling and laughing and playing with toys. They have a magical capacity that we don't to recover and find joy faster than we do. It's actually amazing to watch, isn't it, sir?
They are incredibly resilient, and it's amazing what a child can overcome. You know, now there's probably going to be some trauma, but we got an email from her teacher that said when she came back to school, all she could talk about was the experience she had with the police officers and all the cool things that she got a chance to do. And she was glowing when she came back to school. And the teacher took the time to send that email out. And I think, I'll be honest with you, the person that needed to take her shopping for his own psyche was the police officer that found her, the trooper. He needed to be there. And then I don't know if you saw, I had my sergeant.
Oh, yeah.
She was there as well. When I say my sergeant, she's actually my boss, and I'm saying it like she's my sergeant.
Well, we're looking at it right now. We're running the video on our live stream. It's beautiful.
Yeah, she was the site commander for us, for all the troopers. She was responsible for all of us. So it was a long, tough stretch, and it was great for those two to be able to walk around with serenity. And I think that was it meant a lot to them. It really did, and it meant a lot to all of the first responders to see her and to know that she got to walk around. And I'll be honest with you, the media was very gracious with how not overwhelming her and just kind of like being in the backdrop. And they did a really good job.
That's because I wasn't there. That's because I wasn't there annoying people, Steve.
No, listen, you listen. We all know you're a rock star, my friend, and I appreciate everything you do for us, for the community, for shedding things, bringing things to light. And then when we need something, there's times I've needed you in the past, and you answer the bell.
Hey man, let me send. This is a text that he sent me. This is actually why I love him. I'm shopping right now in Delmont. I can call once I get the kids started. So, my man, this isn't just one girl in one event. This is something you wrap your arms around a lot of kids. Talk about the program, please, Steve.
Oh, Marty, it's a job in amongst itself. We hit 6 Walmarts in 6 days.
Wow.
We start in there's 6 Walmarts in Westmoreland County. I didn't realize that until I started driving around this darn county for police work. It's big, yeah. So we hit Belle Vernon, and then we went to Mount Pleasant, and we did Latrobe, and that was last week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then this week, we were in Greensburg on Monday, which you saw yesterday. We were in Delmont today. There's a couple school buses full of kids. We probably have 100 kids here today at the Delmont Walmart. Yeah, and then tomorrow we finish up, and we're going to be in the North Huntington Irwin Walmart, and that'll be our last day of shopping. We'll take around 600 kids Christmas shopping.
Wow.
The kids, the kids, they spend $150. No electronics. We're not electronics. No gift cards.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yep. And then Walmart picks in winter clothing, so that they if they need winter clothing, we make sure that they have gloves, hats, jackets. We make sure we take care of that for them. And then we have to start up again next year, right? Because we're broke and we got to start all over.
Shop with a cop. Hey, man, I want to ask you something. How are you, man? After that experience, that has to change you. That kind of experience.
Yeah, it's kind of you to ask. I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm tired, and I feel bad. I feel I do feel a little disappointed, and you sign up because you think you could always save the day and help everybody, and sometimes you fail, and so a little sad about that part of it. I mean, you kind of anytime you don't have a successful outcome in my business, it can be very bad. The unsuccessful outcome. So, you feel like you feel like your hopes were a little dashed, but in the long run, I know that the people, the guys and girls that were there, they did everything they possibly could, and you see stuff like that happen, and you're like, how could it happen? So we've been really working hard to try and bring the community to light on a subject, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't very familiar with when it came to mine subsidence.
Same, man.
And so, right? So, So now I've educated myself. I've been trying to work with the community that lives in my area on, hey, there's people to call if you think that this could possibly happen. There's ways to research if there's mines underneath your property, and providing that information to people so that, God forbid, this could never happen again. So I could, and if I could do a better job, then maybe. And that's the thing. That's the other bad part about being in my business.
Yeah.
When you're cutting grass, you cut the grass, you go back and you look at it, and it looks great.
Yep.
In my business, you're trying to do your best job, and so no one died that day.
Yeah.
But that should be every day.
Sure.
Or no crime was committed that day. Yep. But you don't know it because it didn't happen. So the only thing you see in law enforcement, really, most of the time, is when you failed.
Yeah.
So it's tough. But now today's different. Today's a fun day, right? Today's a shopping day and taking little kids Christmas shopping. Well, not even little kids, we take all school-age kids. So it would impress you when you see these older kids, they're asking for a mattress.
Aww.
They're asking for curtains for their room because when they're getting changed, people can see in there. And I'm like, wait a second, who's hanging these curtains? So, I've been at houses where I'm trying to put curtains up or trying to I go somewhere they don't have a Christmas. The kids are like, well, we don't have a Christmas tree. I'm like, they're like, what are you doing? You don't have a Christmas tree? I'm like, no. I'm like, who's putting? I'll put the. We got to get you this tree. We've got to put it together. And so there's, it's not just toys and like what you would think. And it would blow your mind what these kids are thinking, where their mind is at, and who they want to help.
Well, man, whatever you need, just text me, brother. I'd love to help you raise the money next year. All right.
All right, Marty, I'll keep that in mind. Believe me, I'm not afraid to ask.
Please, man. I'm not afraid to deliver. I consider it an honor. All right, man?
But yes, anytime, and thanks for covering it. And I appreciate you staying in touch with me through the whole process. You've been in constant communication with me the last couple of weeks and checking in on me, so I appreciate that.
You're the best ever, man. I'm not arguing about that. Thanks, Steve.
No problem. Hey, you have a Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, and we'll check in. If you need anything, you let me know.
All right, man. He is a rock star, truly. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have an accident in White Oak. Heads up around the intersection of Long Run Road near Sunset Drive as crews are rolling up on the scene of that accident. No accidents in your way on Route 28 as you are traveling near downtown, but north or southbound, you do have some delays around some crews with lane restrictions. Northbound, you're finding crews working right around the Millvale interchange, and so there are slowdowns past that lane restriction there. Southbound, it is heavy around the Highland Park Bridge. Again, another lane restriction for daylight work until about 3 p.m. today. Same kind of story for you on southbound 79. This in Robinson and Kennedy Townships past the Moon Run interchange, Route 60. There is a single lane traffic pattern for you there with some slowdowns. Parkway East inbound. The road is open to 2 lanes of travel heading for the Squirrel Hill tunnels, but the shoulder's closed between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the tunnel, so just watch out for slowdowns past that. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
The county just requested more electric charging stations.
Orders have really amped up at Able Electric.
We need 3 more at First in Maine, and we just got another hotel chain.
It's no shock. Able Electric needs able electricians.
Grocery store wants charging stations, too.
And fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
I went to high school with Bob Tootie from Tootie Mechanical. So I've known him, 40-plus years? His business is insane, Tootie Mechanical. The service is unbelievable. The professionalism is unbelievable. And the help, man, they've put 400 free furnaces in homes. Tootie Mechanical is the best for HVAC I've ever seen in my career. They're amazing people, amazing service. Tootie, 412-771-4100. Call them.
Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at progressive.com.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
There is greatness out there. I kind of try and balance the show, quite frankly, with a lot of despair in that first hour. But I think that the first hour kind of underlines where we're at as a city, honestly. And the irony of what's happening in the city, and we're going to get into this in the next hour, I have a lot of sound. Let me grab a clip of this. Let me grab it. The irony of what's happening with the homeless situation in the city is mind-boggling. This is the mayor's house last night. Mayor Gainey, listen.
351. How many calls have you gotten in from the residents about this protest? So far, we have received 2. Copy that. 1048. Be advised also that no one claimed ownership of the tent that they had erected in the mayor's driveway, and I did remove it from the driveway. It's now on the street. If it is not removed when they leave, then we will declare it trash. Copy.
So that's the mayor's house. Let me play one more. I think we're going to get into this in the next hour pretty deep, but this is what's happening at the mayor's house.
531 base 31. Just a situational update. We have 15 plus out here in front of the mayor's house. Copy, 15 plus in front of the mayor's house.
So what happened is the wokesters decided the mayor is not being compassionate toward the mentally ill, drug-addicted, alcoholic, violent, felon, rapist, drug-dealing, arsonists, thieves, homeless people, and that he's being cold-hearted and hateful. And in fact, they posted this massive banner that I'm wondering if you saw downtown, and I posted on social as well. And the banner was massive. Mayor Gainey, stop waging war against the homeless. So the irony is, right, that the mayor has been accused of being progressive and being too compassionate and being too kind to the homeless and not being assertive and aggressive enough. In fact, the big business folks are saying to hell with them. And they're writing big checks, and I mean big checks, to Corey O'Connor as he runs for mayor. The wokesters are saying the mayor's being, in essence, a jagoff. A jagoff by removing these homeless encampments along the trails. When at the end of the day, the mayor says, hey, there's housing for these folks. If they don't like it, in a nice way, then we got to move them out of here. This isn't working. And so that's the balance, and that's where the mayor is right now in this town. And right now, some of the wokesters, including Bethany Hallam, the county councilwoman, are meeting with the mayor to basically say you're a liar. There isn't housing for them. I have it on good authority that there is, and that they have places to go. And that if they don't like that, they can't live along the trails in tents using drugs and terrorizing people and pulling knives on babies and their mothers and stabbing cops in the back who are running and raping 93-year-old women. For some reason, that's inappropriate. I don't know. Sometimes we have to balance that with the joy of what these cops are doing with these children. It's amazing. Just absolutely amazing. What Steve Lamani and the other state troopers have done in raising thousands of dollars and helping these wonderful children. Joyce, go ahead.
Hi, Marty. I'm calling about the homeless, these activists.
Yes.
If they're so passionate, they should offer these homeless to come to their house
That's
and
what
stay
I'm
there.
saying. Bunk up.
Okay?
I'm with you.
All right.
Yeah. Give them a
Have a
taste
good
of
day.
that. Give them about an hour of that. Look, it's not as if I don't have compassion. We spend so much time trying to help folks that don't have homes or furnaces or roofs or cars or food. However, the sex assault of a 93-year-old woman was the tipping point for me, quite frankly. There are things that you see as a journalist that you don't believe are true, and that's one of those things. And then my people started sending me his criminal record, and then I just got angrier. And I'm sitting there at home last night with my wonderful wife and family, just enraged. And I just can't deal with it anymore. And I'm going to say this. If there's housing, put them in it. If there's help, get them to it. If they don't want it, to hell with them. Take them to jail. Here are your options, sir or ma'am. You have this facility where you can live. You have this facility where you can get mental health treatment, drug addiction counseling, alcohol counseling. If you don't like that, I'm taking you to jail right now, ASAP.
You know, as they say, one person's personal information is another person's treasure.
Exactly. That's why I use NordVPN every time I surf the web. Features like Threat Protection Pro's safeguard devices from phishing websites and disable intrusive ads and trackers. Just check NordVPN.com, grab the deal, and see for yourself. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. It's the holiday season. Look, you got family and friends. You want them to be cozy. You got to have the best windows. Universal Windows Direct right now. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. 0% financing for 60 months. Amazing stuff. Right now, 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. They rock.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 46 and partly cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Public safety confirmed shots were fired. Shots were fired this morning outside Perry Academy. Police responded to a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds fired at a teenage boy. There were no injuries. Bullets, however, did do damage to the school building. Police are investigating at the home of that 15-year-old student who opened fire Monday at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. A teacher and a teenage student were killed. 6 others were wounded in that shooting, and now police are looking for the motive. Here's CBS's Ian Lee.
They're going through her social media. They're going through her room, really trying to piece it all together. And also, did this gun come from the family? Did it come from somewhere else? These are all the questions they're looking into this morning.
Police say the shooter was found with a self-inflicted wound when officers arrived. We could soon see the sale of 2 large and well-known commercial properties in the area. With that story, News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Downtown's Gateway Center could be sold as a result of a court decree. A court in the Virgin Islands ordered the liquidation of Hertz Properties Group, a decision that could force the sale of 9 office buildings across the U.S. The Post-Gazette reports Gateway Center, the 4-building complex near the entrance to Point State Park, appears to be part of the portfolio of properties affected by the liquidation order. In Pittsburgh's biggest regional mall, Monroeville, a Chattanooga, Tennessee-based CBL Properties listed the mall for sale after first purchasing the complex 20 years ago. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 268 points at 43,450. The NASDAQ down 71 now. The S&P is down 23. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Levin Furniture and Mattresses stocked to the roof with 2024 mattresses that must be sold now. Take 20% off Overstock Simmons Beauty Rest handcrafted Grand Legacy and Serta Perfect Sleepers. Plus, we pay the sales tax. Get free box spring sheet set, pillows, and protector. And free white glove delivery and setup. Plus, a lifetime low price guarantee and 0% financing on Tempur-Pedic and Purple sleep sets. It's the great year-end mattress clearance. Now at Levin Furniture and Levin Mattress.
Did you know you can spend your PA taxes to fund a scholarship for a child in need and get a 90% tax credit refund? Through Blocks, BLOCS. You can redirect your state tax liability, fund a scholarship, direct it to the private or Catholic school of your choice, and receive a 90% refund on that donated amount. It's a simple process, and you can fund a scholarship that will change a child's life. Tax credit slots are filling up fast, and you must make your commitment by December 23rd. Head to blocks.org, BLOCS.org now.
You want the perfect Saturday night, Friday night, whatever night? Seriously, Oakmont. With the Oakmont Restaurant King, JK. 2 spots. Started out Saturday night at Vinny's. Insane apps, appetizers, drinks. Right next door, Michael A's for dinner. Unbelievable handmade, homemade Italian food. Vinny's, Michael A's, Oakmont. Check it out. It rocks.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
A couple of accidents out on the area roads here, Marty. We do have one that is on the outbound or eastbound Parkway East. It appears to be on the right shoulder near the Penn Hills exit. It doesn't appear to be causing any major traffic delays. Just watch out for folks slowing down around the flashing lights. Accident in White Oak on Long Run Road still being cleared near the intersection with Sunset Drive, so do watch out for that. Elsewhere around the commute, the delays are simply because of construction zones, mostly the inbound Parkway East, for example, stacks between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale. Do keep in mind that the right shoulder of the Parkway East is closed between Edgewood Swissvale and the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. You're getting by on the main lanes of traffic, but the shoulder there is closed, and that's giving some people another reason to slow down. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. Rather breezy, the high 51, and partly cloudy tonight, though 32. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow with periods of rain from mid-morning on, the high 42. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 35. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
With a 90-year reputation, LGKG is known for its highest standards and ethics among injury attorneys. I promise you, we're different from the others. Fighting for the little guy is what we do. I'm Joe George. Find us at lgkg.com as we expand into Pittsburgh. LGKG, your home team.
All right, it's a Tuesday here. Colin Dunlap with you. We continue to keep tabs on what's going on in Madison, Wisconsin, inching closer towards Christmas as well. So much to talk about. 2 to 6 right here, KDK.
Late last week we had Craig Hayward's mom on the show. Cam Hayward. She's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman. And my cousin in this wonderful charity, Hayward House. And as a matter of fact, they have an event going on right now where they're handing out, one of the things they're giving out in conjunction with the Steelers are chocolate bars from Saris. Billy Saris called me and said, I have 40,000 chocolate bars I want to give away in the holiday season. And we gave half of them to that wonderful charity, the Hayward House. And by the way, he ain't just a football player. He is a big, 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 big-hearted man. And so is Bill Saris. And this morning I want to grab him back because we got a call yesterday from the wonderful folks at the Boys and Girls Club. And they got something like 17,000 chocolate bars. Billy Saris. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Marty doing great.
Chocolate bars, man. And the Boys and Girls Club. We've done this before, and I've been there when they hand these out. It's a hell of a gesture, man. Kids more than anyone, Billy, they love chocolate, do they not, sir?
Sure they do. And you know what? It's just an opportunity for us to do something and to do something for these kids. It's just nice for them to get something sweet for the holidays.
It's wonderful, man. And especially with the price of chocolate, which is actually insane. The truth is that you do this all the time for us. In fact, this is more than $100,000 of the chocolate. And this time it's to the Boys and Girls Clubs. There's also the food bank's been involved. And as you heard, the Hayward House. Why is this sort of thing important to you, Billy? Why do you value this sort of thing?
It's nice to give back, okay, to whether it's the community or that, but especially when you have an opportunity to do something for kids, okay? And it's great when you have Cam Hayward's group, okay? You have the food bank, the Boys and Girls Club, okay? You know, I don't want to say underprivileged kids, but you know, it's kids in general, and it's nice for them to get a little treat.
I absolutely love it, Billy. I love your kindness and your generosity. So last time I talked to some guys in your business, they said the price of cocoa beans had quadrupled. Is that still in place? Quadrupled, sir?
It's, as of today, it's probably 4.5 times.
No. That's amazing.
It was up, just to give you it was $2,300 a ton for cocoa beans a year ago, and it's 11,782 today.
No.
Yeah, so it's great. It's crazy. I can't get it. We don't understand what's going on.
Wow. So Billy, I mean, you buy in advance, so you're not affected today. But if someone's in the business today and they're buying that at that price, how much more do they have to add to a box of chocolate just to break even, sir?
Just to break even, probably 40%.
Whoa.
That's the break even.
Man.
You know, so if you were selling a $10 box before, it's $15 now just to break a little even.
That's amazing, man.
It's crazy. Crazy. Nobody knows why. Even the experts don't know.
You're kidding.
No, I wish I was.
So you can't say, Billy, it's a drought or monsoons or a war.
They say it's everything. It's the wet season. It's the dry season. It's the shipping. It's the containers. It's cocoa butter. It's there's 100 things. Milk.
It's
It's not. We'll see what happens. We said, we'd know by November. Well, November, came and gone, and it's just ridiculous.
By the way, this man never, ever poor mouths. So blessed and so successful. But I wanted to wrap my arms around this because it's the first time in my life, and you know my sister Barb, and she loves your chocolate, and she's going to get a big surprise here in the next couple of days. But she noticed the price of chocolate's gone up. And my question to you is, the folks that come in the Saris, the headquarters down there and get the ice cream and stuff, do they notice, sir?
You know what? Surprisingly, not really.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't raise the prices a lot. I think maybe 7 or 8%. So, we kind of trying to stay ahead of the game. Yeah. But I don't know what 2025 is going to bring. We will see. That's all we can do. We'll see what happens.
Billy Saris, thanks, brother. Yeah. You're a wonderful man. Thanks for doing this Christmas.
Marty, you're welcome. Take care.
He's one of my favorite people for 800 reasons. He's like so legit. He's so old school. And I had the chance to have dinner with him and the chairman of Giant Eagle the other day, and Norm Candelor. And I just sit back there and listen to the greatness and talking about business. And so think about the main staple in your product goes up 4.5 times. Damn. And then think about you're sitting in an office thinking, man, how do we do the math? And you're thinking, can we actually raise prices by 40% just to break even? And think about cocoa beans. Now, I don't know squat about them, but to think they were at, what do you say, 2,000? Now they're up over 10. In a year? What do you say? A year. That's insanity. And how do you manage that? Now, what they do is they buy what are called futures contracts. And I apologize because I'm an idiot in this stuff. But so they buy stuff on a given day at a certain price. So he bought cocoa beans like last year or something at a much different price. But when he runs out, someone's going to have to write a check and it's going to be ugly. Someone told me in your average box of chocolate, by the way, I noticed this in the grocery store with Hershey bars and Reese's cups. And my boy Jim noticed this with, right before the election with Trump. Remember this? He kept saying, my Halloween candy is $100 for the first time ever. And what he was trying to say is Americans are fed up with paying all this money for stuff. But if you listen to Billy Saris there, and there isn't a better businessman in the country, at a more successful business in the country, and what he's saying is spot on. What are you supposed to do, man? So you own a steakhouse, and filet that was $5 a pound is now $25 a pound. What the hell do you do? And you can't pass on that kind of increase to your customers, or they won't eat steak. The point of having him was that in the midst of this madness, that man allowed us to give away $120,000 worth of chocolate bars to kids. Period. You know why? Because he loves to make a difference. And he's going to make the difference. That chocolate bar with the chocolate all over their faces will make the Christmas for a lot of these kids. And I'm damn proud to know him and amazed at his generosity. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we continue to have an accident working on the outbound or eastbound Parkway East as you are near the Penn Hills interchange. It's off to the shoulder of the road, but you might want to find some slowdowns there or be aware of possible slowdowns as people pass by and see any flashing lights associated with that. Elsewhere around the commute, just some work crews in the way for you. Heads up, especially as you're traveling through Ross Straver Township, Westmoreland County. Single lane restrictions are potentially in your way and causing some slowdowns today through Thursday. Thursday. This on Interstate 70. You'll find them working both east and westbound on 70 between exits 43, Vergenora, and exit 46 for Uniontown, and they work from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. each day. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey folks, Marty, there's still time to get your home quite clean for Christmas with my friends at Coit Cleaning Services. Hurry and call them right now. Save 40% off of all services. Wow. That's right. Put Coit on your Christmas list. Save 40% off all services, carpets, rugs, upholstery, drapes, and blinds. You got to call today to get it scheduled. 1-800-FOR-COIT. That's 1-800-FOR-COIT. Coit gift cards are available as well. 1-800-FOR-COIT. Listeners know how much family means to me. Here's another local family that I love. Sam, Steve, and Calvin, cousins, and the owners of CNS Cousins Construction. Siding, decks, windows, doors, they do it all. It's not like calling your cousin Ted, who excelled in shop class. No, I've seen the work of CNS Cousins Construction. Call the cousins, 989-COUSINS. Sam, Steve, and Calvin, dedicated to making your vision come to life with craftsmanship and care. CNS Cousins, 989-COUSINS.
California Psychics is the real deal. They helped me out, totally changed my attitude, totally got me psyched to start my business and take a new path in my life.
At California Psychics, we only connect our customers with the best. We reject 98% of the psychics who apply to us, so we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The holidays are here at OliverFlowers.com. Flowers make great gifts. OliverFlowers.com. And they deliver. OliverFlowers.com. Family owned for 95 years. OliverFlowers.com. Everything you need to deck the halls. OliverFlowers.com.
It's the second annual Holiday Hoops Classic on Sunday, December 22nd at PPG Paints Arena. It's a full day of exciting high school basketball. 4 games, starting with a 1 o'clock girls matchup pitting Kiski area against Fox Chapel, and ending with a clash between the Fox Chapel boys and Peters Township. It's presented by Optilux Wellness Center and brought to you by tobacco-free Adagio Health. High school basketball lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? There's only one clear choice, the Power of Bowser family of dealerships, featuring Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Hyundai, Subaru, Nissan, and Genesis. With 3 locations across the Pittsburgh area, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle at Bowser. The Power of Bowser puts the power in your hands at powerofbowser.com. Shop the Bowser Express Store and choose your vehicle, payment, and financing options. Value your trade and even schedule pickup of your new ride, all at powerofbowser.com. The Bowser family of dealerships in 3 locations: Pleasant Hills, Monroeville, and Chippewa. Visit powerofbowser.com today. The Power of Bowser family of dealerships, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. A small community bank with a northern footprint is going east with its next branch. SSB Bank's plan to add a branch in Greenfield has been approved by the Pennsylvania Department of Banking and Securities. The location at 4028 Beechwood Boulevard is in a retail plaza near Squirrel Hill in Oakland, east of downtown Pittsburgh. It'll be the 3rd branch for SSB and the 1st addition in more than 7 years. Also, Pittsburgh's biggest regional mall is being shopped for sale. After first buying the complex 20 years ago, Chattanooga, Tennessee-based CBL Properties has listed Monroeville Mall for sale with JLL, according to an online marketing material. JLL Marketing Materials put the total property, which includes the open-air district that was just being built when CBL first bought in 2004, at more than 1.24 million square feet on more than 80 acres. It remains a dominant shopping destination for the east suburbs, despite facing the same kinds of challenges all malls have had to work through amid the shifting buying habits and other issues. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You went out to get the tree on Christmas Eve? I heard that there's a tradition with some people, they get a tree Christmas Eve and put it up Christmas Eve. Anyone? I'm curious about that. What a hassle that would be. And I guess they leave it up longer, I guess. I love looking at the tree up. I love hanging it up. We usually put it up like the day after Thanksgiving. But someone told me there is some tradition with some families, they put it up actually Christmas Eve. You've heard that, right? Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I have some friends that do that.
Huh. Gotta be tiring, too, man. It's kind of late. Especially people wait till their kids go to bed. I've heard. So that's cool. One year, my son was still really young, still believed in Santa Claus, but he's starting to waver. So here's what I did. I set up my cell phone and had it rolling. And then I put on a full Santa outfit, okay? And then I pointed the cell phone in the area of where the cookies were. And then I got a full Santa outfit, and I stuffed, because I'm lean and mean, man. I got a 12-pack going. I put a big old pillow in where my belly is, and the beard, the whole thing. I wore the whole costume. And with the cell phone going, I came into the house and did the bells ringing. Ching, 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 ching. It was really cool. And then I did the ho, ho, ho. And then I took a couple bites of cookies, and then I had this big sack of presents. And all this is while the camera's rolling. And I put the presents down there, ho, 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 and I kind of shuffled on out. It was friggin' beautiful. I sold that bad boy. His eyes lit up, man. Boom! Vince, look at this video. Dad, look at Santa Claus. Magic, man. Pretty cool. My favorite thing to do is whatever gift they wanted the most, every single year, while they still believed, is I put it outside on the lawn. And my whole thing was, I don't know, kids, you got to check out and see if something fell off the sleigh. And so whatever it was, a dollhouse or whatever the hell it was, whatever their favorite gift was, I would leave them sitting there, and they wouldn't say, Dad, I didn't get what I really wanted, because they're not like that, although I was when I was growing up. Where's my damn BB gun? I kind of knew, and so I'd say, hey, you know, guys, you forgot to check outside. Boom. Right there on the damn lawn. It was cool. I don't know, and that's why that story with Lamonti and that sweet little girl who lost her grandmother in that mine collapse in West Moco, why that was so riveting, what he did. Toys with a Cop, what's it called? Cops with Kids, Patrick?
Shop with a Cop.
Shop with a Cop. It's so amazing what those state troopers do. You know, look, my kids are blessed because they have what I never had. Because I never had. We didn't. We struggled. My family, my father. And I distinctly recall, and I'm not bragging about this because it hurt my mother's feelings, that I was always disappointed in what I didn't get for Christmas. And that's something I point out to my daughter, Chloe, who's just like Daddy, unfortunately. Don't tell me what you didn't get. Let's enjoy what you did get. Enjoy these moments. Because stuff like BB guns and mini bikes, they're all fleeting, man. But family is permanent. However, when you're a 12-year-old boy, you don't really get that. You just want to know where your damn BB gun is. And my father always proved me wrong because I always ended up with the BB gun or whatever I wanted, except I had to work for it. And I learned that way. And it's the greatest lesson I ever learned. There is nothing, I don't think, in this world more magical than kids at Christmas. It's just cool, man. The whole deal is cool. One thing I found disheartening, they surveyed a bunch of kids. And by the way, this is happening in American families for 800 reasons, but it's happening. They asked kids, they didn't know who the baby Jesus was, but they knew who Santa Claus was. It's just... And I went to church last Saturday night for the first time in a long time, and I enjoyed it. And I looked around, and the youngest guy there was me. And my point was, I said to my wife, man, folks are old. And the young folks just don't go to church anymore. For 1,000 different reasons. But what you can do is teach at home. Respect, admiration, love, commitment, family. Right? And all the things that make a family great. Not just a bicycle. Right?
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding, with an exciting opportunity.
Normally, Larry, we offer $500 off any complete roofing and siding replacements. For the fall promotion, we're offering an additional $500 off.
Joe, that's $1,000.
That's right, Larry.
You better call today. The roofing experts, JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. 412-829-7711. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Paid for by government. Now is the time to fill your vault with Morgan Silver Bars. Grab your piece of America's silver legacy with this special offer. These spectacular shining silver bars featuring a crisp image of the iconic Morgan silver dollar, a legendary coin that has captivated collectors for generations. Americans treasure owning silver bars and coins, putting them away for themselves and their loved ones. Call now to secure 1-ounce silver bars minted in 99.9% pure silver and made in the USA. You'll be glad you did. Hurry, don't miss out on this special deal. Save $10 per silver bar. The more you buy, the more you save. Limit of 25 bars per customer. Call to learn more. Plus, with qualifying orders, you'll receive a free Morgan silver dollar. That's a $59.95 value and free shipping. Call 1-800-222-3871 now to secure your 1-ounce Morgan silver dollar bars. That's 1-800-222-3871.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
48 with partly cloudy skies at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Last weekend's rape of a 93-year-old Pittsburgh woman, allegedly by a sex offender with a lengthy rap sheet, has residents asking why Ronnie Huff wasn't in prison. He has previously been charged with multiple crimes since 2013, including indecent assault of a person under 13, indecent exposure, and assault, to name a few. On KDKA's Marty Griffin show, retired Judge Anthony Mariani said Huff's homelessness undermines the intent of Megan's Law to keep tabs on sex offenders.
They don't have an address to go to. My point is that what our structure is not good enough to protect the community.
Mariani said the community must place a higher value on protecting the public from repeat offenders than on probation and treatment. Police in Madison, Wisconsin are investigating what led to Monday's shooting at Abundant Life Christian School. A student and a teacher were killed before police say the shooter, a 15-year-old girl, turned the gun on herself. CBS's Ian Lee has the latest on the investigation.
What could make a 15-year-old girl do this? What could make anyone really do this? The police say the parents have been very cooperative. They went to the house. They searched the house. There was the video of the house, and you could see the door was blown off. I actually asked the police officer, the police chief, why the door was blown off. He said that was a precautionary move. They said they wanted to make sure there were no explosive behind the door. They wanted to make sure everyone's safe. But they said the family has been cooperating.
At least 6 others were wounded yesterday, including 2 students with life-threatening injuries. Gunshots outside Perry Academy resulted in a lockdown at the school this morning. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush was there.
Police were called to the high school just after 8 a.m. after a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds of gunfire, according to officials. Perry High School on Pittsburgh's north side was hit by bullets during a shooting outside the school shortly after students arrived. The school went into lockdown as a precaution. The early investigation indicates that a juvenile male was the intended target. There were no injuries. The school sustained some damage and police are continuing to investigate. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
West Mifflin area high school students are learning remotely today after a fire ripped through the auditorium. Now, the school district released a statement saying that fire originated from a scissor lift owned and operated by a contractor that was plugged in to charge overnight. The lift caught fire and damaged part of the auditorium's wall and floor, but the flames were extinguished quickly. In-person learning will resume there tomorrow. A bill backed by McKees Rocks native Damar Hamlin is expected to be signed into law soon by President Biden. The HEARTS Act will give schools money for AEDs and teach CPR. Hamlin, now a safety with the Buffalo Bills, went into cardiac arrest in 2023 and became a supporter of making AEDs widely available. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 217 points at 43,501. The NASDAQ is down 81 points, and the S&P is down 22. KDKA Sports, the Penguins host the LA Kings tonight. West Virginia meets number 25 Memphis in the Frisco Bowl. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Learn about Medicare annual enrollment and see if your current plan is best for you. Contact Dina Schmidt at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. It's 48 now. Partly cloudy skies in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. Rather breezy, the high 51, and partly cloudy tonight, though 32. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow with periods of rain from mid-morning on, the high 42. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 35. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Your 401k goes up and down. Fine when you're 40, not when you're 60. Find out how to protect your money on Expedition Retirement. Saturday night at 8, Sunday night at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Woke's meeting woke. The wokesters are going after the woker. Homeless advocates, whatever that means. Isn't it ironic they advocate for the homeless? They like that they're living in tents along the river and getting beat up and robbed and raped and overdosing and dying. Okay. Seems like there'd be a better way. And the mayor says he's got a better way. Move into these homes we have set up for you. And the welfare department of the county admits and says they have enough rooms for them now. Yet the wokesters, the homeless advocates who prefer that they live in the tents along the river and get robbed and raped and overdose and die, okay. We're protesting last night at the mayor's house. They showed up because they're hacked off at him because he wants to move the criminals and drug addicts and alcoholics and felons who rape 93-year-old women out of the homeless encampments along the river, who come out of the tents and pull a knife on a woman walking with her 9.5-month-old baby. They're cool with that. I'm not. And the mayor's not. So this was the mayor's house. Play the first clip. This is when the protesters first showed up. Listen.
531 base. 31. Just a situational update. We have 15 plus out here in front of the mayor's house.
Copy, 15 plus in front of the mayor's house.
So that's 15 protesters in front of the mayor's house. They're basically calling him a bad guy. They put a big banner up in town, say he doesn't care about the homeless. He's abandoned them. The mayor is trying to serve two masters here, if you want the truth. So you got big business folks who say, hey, mayor, we're going to kick you out of office and we're going to elect Corey because Corey's going to get rid of these homeless tents if you don't. And the mayor's like, all right, cool. We're going to move them out. Here's the plan. Now we have housing for them. So move them into the housing and move the homeless tents out. Well, the homeless advocates don't like that. They like them living in squalor with thousands of syringes and fecal matter and dead animals and stolen bikes laying around, stuff like that. Here's the second clip. This is last night at the mayor's house. Then they decided to take it one step further and set up a tent in his driveway, which is kind of comical. Listen.
351 base.
Yeah, 351.
How many calls have you gotten in from the residents about this protest?
So far, we have received 2.
Copy that.
G48.
Be advised also that no one claimed ownership of the tent that they had erected in the mayor's driveway, and I did remove it from the driveway. It's now in the street. If it is not removed when they leave, then we will declare it trash.
Copy.
So there's some irony here, as you can probably imagine. When woke isn't woke enough, when progressive isn't progressive enough, the progressives eat their young, and that's what's happening here. Seriously, man. It's like hyenas, man, on a buffalo carcass. Let's get the mayor. For any of the wokesters out there listening, what you're doing is, and I'm cool with this, you're propping up a Corey O'Connor's campaign to run for mayor, quite frankly. The mayor, in this case, is doing the right thing. I sent his people a note. They have total access to this show if they want. I've been down along those trails. I've seen the ridiculousness. We've got the calls for the dead bodies, the fires. scaring the hell out of the older women trying to sell pierogies. You name it, they've done it. The last straw for me was the 93-year-old raped. Come on. By a homeless guy. But, you know, he has mental illness. Okay. Andy Sheehan did a rather compelling piece last night regarding this entire situation. KDKA's Andy Sheehan, listen to this.
For months now, we've been reporting on conditions on this trail and nearby resident complaints about drug activity, discarded syringes, garbage, and unleashed dogs.
We've heard from many, many residents here. They will not use the trail in its current form. They're afraid for a variety of reasons to go down there and to jog and to bike.
Responding to those complaints, the city last month posted the trail, giving those who lived here a deadline of this past Sunday to clear out. And as early as tomorrow, public works crews will begin picking up the tents and the already bagged garbage. But the action has sparked calls of brutality from some advocates who accuse the administration of waging, quote, an unrelenting war on the unhoused community in Pittsburgh.
I believe their hearts are truly in the right place. I also believe that our hearts and minds are deeply aligned on this matter.
On social media, those advocates condemn the administration's, quote, undignified sweeps of the encampments. But today, in an afternoon press conference, the mayor defended their decommissioning as a humane way to get the homeless out of frigid and dangerous conditions, saying all those who lived here had been given a credible offer of housing here at the closed McKnocker School on the north side.
We all want to end the issue of homelessness in our city. We all want to ensure that our neighbors are safe and have a place that they can call home.
The mayor says that decommissioning is now possible because the county has added more than 200 additional beds this winter. And as we've reported, the city intends to clear this encampment on the Eliza Furnace Trail and the Southside River Trail as more beds come online.
All right.
Your goal is to clear all
That's Andy Sheehan, who's doing a hell of a job. He's my man. We're going to hear from him later in the hour. He's telling the truth. So here's my thing. So I present this to Bethany Hallam, who is progressive and truly believes that the homeless are getting screwed under any scenario. And I said, what about this McKnocker School? Lies. I said, what about the 200 beds? They're lying. So that's her comeback. She sent me a text. And by the way, she's one of the leaders of the Progressive PAC, so we got to mention her. She's part of the story. And she said, and I have not heard from her. She said she was meeting with the mayor, and unless he could come up with housing for these people, she's going to call him a liar. Okay. I completely endorse and embrace what the mayor's doing. And I've had this conversation with Bethany Hallam forever. It's about damn time, Mayor. We've been annoyed with this since COVID, Mayor. So we're 2 years plus in, Mayor. And the last straw for me was this Huff guy raping this 93-year-old woman, Mayor. I don't give a damn about the 15 protesters who showed up at your house. That's their issue. I always ask Bethany Hallam, what's your plan? Why don't you get one of your rich friends to donate a house or a hotel? That's her plan. Get Marty Griffin's rich friends to donate a house or a hotel. Okay. And what would you do with that? What are the regulations? What are the fire codes? What are the zoning codes? Honestly, where's the Department of Human Services? Where's the help from welfare folks? Where's the mental health treatment, the alcohol treatment, the drug addiction treatment? And for this Huff guy who had 23 arrests, including raping his 15-year-old sister, I might add, he doesn't need help, man. That man needs to be in jail until he dies. And so for them to now show up at the mayor's house like he's a bad guy, they're full of crap. They're wrong. But here's the issue I've noticed. They love everyone till you don't love their idea, then they hate you. And I mean, they turn on you, man, like a pit bull on a bad day. Aw, nice doggy. Then bam, they latch down on your leg or your heart or your soul and rip it out and drag you down the street calling you a liar, which is what's happening to the mayor right now. I'm not feeling empathy for the mayor. This is the game. He's in the ring. Do it. But what this mayor has to look at is the big picture. Number one, they do have housing. This school on the north side. Number two, there are 200 additional beds. Number three, there are go teams for mental health treatment, addiction treatment, and counseling. And the most significant point is the vast majority of these folks, when asked to leave, say, screw you, I'm not going anywhere. That's when you offer them plan B, which is a jail cell. And that's called life in the big city.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
The holidays are just around the corner, so now's the time to shop new deals at Lowe's. Make your home even merrier with up to 50% off select holiday decor clearance. Plus, don't miss our limited time weekly deal drops on items like appliances, tools, grills, and more. There's something for everyone on your list. Count on Lowe's to help you save all season long, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 12/12 through 12/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
I went to high school with Bob Tootie from Tootie Mechanical. So I've known him, 40 plus years? His business is insane. Tootie Mechanical. The service is unbelievable. The professionalism is unbelievable. And the help, man, they've put 400 free furnaces in homes. Tootie Mechanical is the best for HVAC I've ever seen in my career. They're amazing people, amazing service. Tootie, 412-771-4100. Call them.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
Celebrate the season of new traditions event at Shorkey Kia. New 25 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive, 1.9% for 60 months. Or take over $3,000 off MSRP. New 24 Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive, now over $4,000 off MSRP. Now that's how you close out the year. Your deal, your way. What a great day. PA's #1 volume Kia dealer. Visit us in North Huntington and Wexford or shorkeykia.com. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. May require financing through Kia Motors Finance based on December 2023 sales volume in Pennsylvania. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 1/6/25.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
My name's Jim. I'm 53 years old. There should be options in life, like ways to lose weight. Medications now feel like the only option. I mean, it sounds like a guarantee. I do have friends who have lost weight with them. I tried holding off. I did other diets, but I was miserable. I'd rather be fat and happy. The problem was I wasn't happy fat. I was about to start the meds, but then I heard of Awaken 180's GLP-1 program. Turned out it does the same thing as the meds without injecting myself for life. It absolutely worked. I dropped 45 pounds. I'm now in maintenance, and I feel better than my friends who are still on the meds. Listen, I barely know what GLP-1 is. What I do know is Awaken 180 worked for me, and I was far from miserable doing it.
Thanks, Jim. You all know about our success with Awaken 180, and now with Awaken 180's GLP-1 Balance, you address the root cause of weight issues. Do it naturally, then keep it off. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at progressive.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans from connectingvets.com. Special Forces veteran Jack Murphy spent years interviewing vets for his latest book, We Defy, the lost chapters of Special Forces history. He describes in riveting detail what vets told him about programs to deploy a nuclear device behind enemy lines.
The team is told to rig the device for an airborne insertion. They get on the aircraft and they're flying for probably 4 hours.
before these two MIBs tell them what their target is. So it was a major dam in Cuba. The entire team goes off the back ramp and jumps, and when they come down and land, a pair of car headlights turn on in front of them.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
When woke meets woke, when wokes collide. Play the clips, please. This is the mayor's house last night. Play the first one, please, and then play the second one. Thanks, buddy.
531 base. 31. Just a situational update. We have 15 plus out here in front of the mayor's house.
Copy, 15 plus in front of the mayor's house.
351 base.
Okay, 351.
How many calls have you gotten in from the residents about this protest?
So far, we have received 2.
Copy that.
1848.
Be advised also that no one claimed ownership of the tent that they had erected in the mayor's driveway, and I did remove it from the driveway. It's now in the street. If it is not removed when they leave, then we will declare it trash.
Copy.
These are the folks that got the mayor elected, I might add. I'm telling you, ma'am, when the woke goes after the woke, it gets ugly. What do the wokesters really want? The far, far left wokesters. They want us to leave the homeless the F alone. And those are the words they use. Leave them the F alone. It's not your business. What about the stolen bikes? So? What about the drugs? So? What about the assaults? Well, you force them to do that. They don't have anything. You don't give them help. What about the rape? Pause. The mayor said, I'm going to lose this election unless I get downtown cleaned up, and he's right. If I'm Corey, I'm down there live twice a week. I am, man. I'm showing you. One of my boys is working this weekend, a cop. And he wasn't trying to be vulgar, he's just trying to point out the facts. He sent me the most disgusting pile of crap right in the middle of the damn street downtown. Fecal matter. Guy just took a massive crap on the street. If I'm Corey, that's where I am. I'm serious. And now you have a 93-year-old woman raped who could die, by the way. And a homeless guy did it with 23 priors, who is known on the streets. Let me read this before I get to Mad Max, who knows this hysteria better than anyone. Let me read this right here. This is describing this rapist. Cops who know this, who were ordered not to do their job. Ronnie Huff, the guy arrested for the rape, known drunk degenerate, who's been terrorizing people downtown for years, finally followed a 93-year-old woman home and sexually assaulted her. Terrible. Mad Max, when woke goes after woke. It's ironic, isn't it, sir, where we're at here?
I love it when progressives start eating their own, Marty. You spot on, spot on.
And, Max, you had to be as unsettled as I was, and I am, when you heard about this poor woman raped by this homeless degenerate.
That's a new level of depravity.
It is.
I mean, you know, I'm constantly amazed. We just, it's like the race to the bottom. We just keep getting new lows, and you know, I'm thinking like it can't get any worse than what it is, and then something like that happens, and you're like, man, just absolutely flabbergasted that something like that would happen in Pittsburgh.
Max, you've been in the middle of this for several years now. In fact, Max was the first person with his site, Pittsburgh with an X, pointing out the defecation downtown. At the end of the day, you saw this train coming, and they ignored you and ignored the problem. Right? Right.
Yeah, it's I started the Facebook page, Welcome to Pittsburgh, with the shh sound in front of it. It was initially started out of the frustration, the need for public restrooms downtown, and those calls for help and to do something about it went unheeded. So I started the page to call attention to what was happening, just like in San Francisco, with people crapping all over the place. It's ridiculous, and all these advocates, air quotes, they go into these homeless encampments and they claim to, be the voice of the unheard, and they talk about undignified. There's nothing more undignified than these people going into these encampments, walking around all the fecal matter, all the trash, all the garbage, all the needles, and you let these people live in these conditions, and you're okay with that. So don't tell me.
Yeah. How the hell are you advocating people when you want them to live in hell? Max?
I've been in 2 encampments where I've personally cleaned up thousands of syringes.
You have, yeah.
And there's been, advocates in there, and they're like, well, you can't take their stuff. We had the permission from the homeless people. They were actually helping us. They were carrying bags to the dumpster. They were filling bags of trash. There were so many rats present, Marty, so much garbage, so much rats. And they let these people live in these conditions. What are they doing? Where are the trash receptacles? Where are the sharps containers? And they know that these people are living like this. And I asked the question, what are you doing to better these people where they are? And I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing what you're doing to make these people's lives better. And then, it wouldn't just be, we're not talking about the homeless, and people don't take issue with the homeless. What it is the collateral damage of all the drug activity.
That's right.
The violent crime,
right.
The assaults, the robberies, the burglaries, the bike theft, the package theft. I could go on and on. And people are they're fed up with it. It's not just simply a homeless issue. It's exacerbated by the drugs. And then you have Bethany Hallam, they should be able to do whatever they want, wherever they want, and nobody should have any say about it. That would be fine if there wasn't all the collateral damage of all.
It wouldn't
that
be
activity.
fine because they're friggin' dying in record numbers.
Well, yeah, right. So you have all the overdoses. I mean,
stabbing,
I can't tell you how many
shootings,
times
run over by a train. One guy was run over by a damn train.
I've personally called 911 no less than probably a dozen times to report overdoses. And when people are sitting there, I see a guy, he's literally choking to death. And I go, hey, what's up with your homie there? And it's like, oh, he's good, man. He's good. And I go, he's not good. He's dying right now. So I call 911, and they're all laughing. And then as soon as the ambulance and the police show up, everybody scatters like cockroaches. And it's like, where are your friends now that they were just going to watch you die?
Hey,
it's
Matt,
so frustrating, Marty.
Hey, Max, this is the one time I got to tell you this. I fully support the mayor on this. Get him the hell out of there. Now.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I mean, unfortunately, it's a little too late to the party, but, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yep. Thanks, brother. Mad Max, the best.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
This is attorney Christine Brown Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 47 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Reaction to the rape of a 93-year-old woman last weekend ranges from disbelief to outrage. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
Since 2013, Ronnie Hupp has previous arrests for assault, public drunkenness, indecent exposure, and indecent assault of a person under 13, to name a few. Residents are asking why he's not behind bars. Retired Judge Anthony Mariani told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin one reason is some rape cases don't go to trial to spare the victim the ordeal of testimony.
So deals are made that lessen the impact because instead of a felony, maybe 2 or 3 felonies, 10 to 20 years each, you have some misdemeanors, or you make a deal on one felony. That's a very low sentence, relatively speaking.
And Huff was homeless. The judge says that undermines the intent of Megan's Law to keep tabs on sex offenders. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Public safety confirmed shots were fired this morning outside Perry Academy. Police responded to a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds fired at a teenage boy. There were no injuries, but bullets damaged the school building. Police are investigating at the home of the 15-year-old student who opened fire Monday at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin. A teacher and a teenage student were killed and 6 others were wounded in the shooting. Police are looking for a motive. Here's CBS's Ian Lee.
They're going through her social media. They're going through her room, really trying to piece it all together, and also, did this gun come from the family? Did it come from somewhere else? These are all the questions they're looking into this morning.
Police say the shooter was found with a self-inflicted wound when officers arrived. Big game this week for the Pitt Panthers and Olivia Babcock, the ACC Player of the Year in volleyball. She's part of the team ranked number 1 and going into their 4th consecutive Final Four appearance. Babcock, who was from Los Angeles, tells the Big K Morning Show she's glad she came to Pittsburgh and is hoping to take the team to a national title.
I just feel like their honesty, tied with the team dynamic and culture, it just made me realize that this was the place for me, and I think, honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made.
They're playing Thursday night at 6:30 in Louisville against the Cardinals, and then Nebraska and Penn State will play. So, yes, there is a possibility of a Pitt-Penn State final for the national title. Babcock has been named the AVCA National Player of the Year. Finalists announced by the organization today. Babcock is now one of 4 players contending for the award and would be the first Panther in program history to garner that accolade. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 260 points, the NASDAQ down 57, the S&P 500 is down 23. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
A lot of folks like to bake for the holidays, cookies, cakes, all that stuff. We're not bakers. I love eating the stuff. I love trying the stuff, but making the stuff, I just don't. It takes too much time. We're not that good at it. You know who is? Oakmont Bakery. Cakes, cookies, holiday treats, bread, rolls, everything for the big feast. Oakmont Bakery. Put your orders in now for Christmas. Oakmont Bakery, the best ever. Check it out.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Man, I'll tell you what, you got to get to Oakmont and get great stocking stuffers for your friends and family who love good food and drink. Check this out. You got the Lot at Edgewater, the Pub at 333, Hofstadt's, Michael A's, Vinny's Tavern, and Carnivores, brothers and sisters. Get your gift cards in Oakmont for the holidays. I've eaten all these restaurants. My boy J.K. brings it home with each and every one. Check out the Lot at Edgewater, the Pub, Hofstadt's, Michael A's, Vinny's Tavern. Delicious.
Before Levin closes the book on 2024, there's a few thousand items we like to clear out. Save not 50, not 60, but 70% off closeouts, floor samples, and clearance. Plus, save an extra 20% off store-wide, and we pay your sales tax. Get up to 5-year special financing with no money down. That means our best-selling Lazy Boy reclining sofa now just $21 per month. Lazy Boy Powerlift chair just $15 per month. The end-of-year clearance at Levin Furniture and Levin Mattress.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Universal Windows Direct right now. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. 0% financing for 60 months. 412-545-6003.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. It'll be rather breezy at times, the high of 51. Partly cloudy tonight, though 32. Tomorrow, cloudy and cooler with periods of rain from mid-morning on. Our high tomorrow, 42. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The holidays are here at OliverFlowers.com. Flowers make great gifts. OliverFlowers.com. And they deliver. OliverFlowers.com. Family owned for 95 years. OliverFlowers.com. Everything you need to deck the halls. OliverFlowers.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
All right, it's a Tuesday here. Colin Dunlap with you. We'll continue to keep tabs on what's going on in Madison, Wisconsin, inching closer towards Christmas as well. So much to talk about. 2 to 6 right here, KDK.
Mayor's house last night. Play the first clip, please, buddy.
531 base. 31. Just a situational update. We have 15 plus out here in front of the mayor's house.
Copy, 15 plus in front of the mayor's house.
Second clip.
351 base.
351.
How many calls have you gotten in from the residents about this protest?
So far, we have received 2.
Copy that.
1848.
Be advised also that no one claimed ownership of the tent that they had erected in the mayor's driveway, and I did remove it from the driveway. It's now in the street. If it is not removed when they leave, then we will declare it trash.
Copy.
Getting testy. My man, Andy Sheehan. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, Marty. How you doing?
2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and the mayor took the one along the river.
Right.
It's interesting now, this dilemma, that the mayor has always been viewed as progressive, and these are his people. I'm being blunt here. I'm not asking Sheehan to opine. I'm just telling you the damn truth, folks. Now, they've made him the bad guy, sir. And you're watching this play out because you've been in the middle of this homeless crisis for a year and a half. It's amazing, isn't it, sir? Tough one. Tough.
Well, the mayor has, since he's been in office, has been sort of a hands off on the homeless, and the plank of the administration has been it's not a crime to be unhoused, and unless there is credible offers of housing to people, that they are not going to take down these encampments or enforce anti-camping laws or any of those things. But this crisis has been going on now for, really started with under Peduto, but
yes,
it's gotten worse over time, and public sentiment has changed. I mean, initially people would have sided with the mayor and with these progressives on the homeless situation, but now people are frustrated with the failure of government to deal with it, and they want to reclaim, their recreational trails, which are one of the great amenities of the city, and so we were just over there. They have, finally taken everything down from what's called the Three Rivers Heritage Trail, which runs along the Allegheny. So that's after 2 years of people camping out there.
Was there pushback there? Were the homeless folks there, buddy, at the time?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they had 3 weeks warning, and there's nobody there. It was just sort of the tents and the garbage and stuff that they bagged up, and Public Works took it away this morning.
I heard you yesterday. You did a great interview with the mayor and basically said, "Hey, Mayor, you have housing," and the mayor says, "Yes, they have places to go." Right, Andy? That's what's he saying, right?
Right. They have. The county has been able to add an additional 200 units, they say, or 200 units coming online. Some of it is the McKnocker School up in Perry Hilltop, which is an old city school, and they've turned that into a shelter. And the mayor's saying it's more than a shelter. You get an assigned bed. You can take your belongings there. You don't have to leave 7 o'clock in the morning and come back 7 o'clock at night. So they're saying this is a credible offer of housing to these people, and you can go in there as a placeholder, and they'll try to get you services and help, and maybe into even better housing situation in time. And the protesters are saying, that's not good enough. They're characterizing this stuff as just, over emergency shelter and not real housing for these people. And they either say, give them a permanent house or let them camp out.
Yeah. They call him a liar. But the truth is, you verified it, and so have we. There are places for them to go, sir. They're not being told, get the hell out of here, are they, sir? There are places.
No. Yeah, I mean, they have they've had transportation. They have was a shuttle service. Most of them have taken the city and the county up on the offer. Others, apparently are in the vapor. They're probably at some other, one of these less visible encampments now. Over by the Sarah Hines place and other locations around the north side.
Yeah, we had guys from over there on the air last week. They broke into and stole their bikes from the Hines lofts. Guy got his car broken into right over there in that area. People were fed up. You said something really important. Public sentiment has changed, has it not, sir? Right?
Well, you have a situation, there's this. Initially, people felt bad for the homeless and still do feel bad for the homeless, and we're willing to, what we say, tolerate and even try to help them out where they were. But, along that river trail, mothers pushing babies, they can't go down that trail, with garbage and discarded syringes and dogs off leash. And people that are, suffering from addiction and mental illness, a lot of them, people don't feel safe. And like I said, these trails are some of the major amenities of the city. Why people moved, paid all this money to buy a townhouse on Washington's Landing because they had access to the riverfront. Well, they don't have access to the riverfront. They're walking along River Avenue because they can't walk along that trail anymore, and this had gone on with no progress, and then the city has finally taken action. The mayor is saying, this was his plan all along because there was not available housing, but I do detect that there's been a shift in the administration's reading of public sentiment on this because, people just, they want some action and they want some solutions, and they don't. They're not just buying, well, we'll let this go on.
Here's the argument I always hear, and you know this too. Don't have these people in Mount Lebanon. Don't have them in Squirrel Hill. Why? Because they come to where the services are, generally. Right, Andy? Right?
Correct. And then, during the pandemic, when downtown hollowed out, people came downtown, and they were the population downtown getting these social services and, unfortunately getting drugs and other things downtown. And that became sort of the locus. And it's been that way. You were talking before and we've had these incidents where people who have been homeless have perpetrated random attacks on people downtown.
Yep.
And you had that poor man who was knifed to death on the Montour Trail by a homeless person.
Right.
And now you have a 92-year-old woman who was raped by a person who was homeless. Now, advocates for the homeless say, they are no more inclined to violence than anyone else, but there is a section of people that are suffering from severe mental illness that have been repeatedly gone to jail, but they don't stay in jail, and they don't get mental health treatment, and their crimes escalate into violent acts. Now, it's a small percentage, but significant in that, the people that act out have resulted in great harm to the population. And so, we as a community and as a nation have to have a serious conversation about this.
Great reporting, brother. Thank you, Sheehan.
All right, take care.
All right, my man.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. For some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. We've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hey, folks, Marty, there's still time to get your home quite clean for Christmas with my friends at Coit Cleaning Services. Hurry and call them right now. Save 40% off of all services. Wow. That's right. Put Coit on your Christmas list. Save 40% off all services, carpets, rugs, upholstery, drapes, and blinds. You got to call today to get it scheduled. 1-800-FOR-COIT. That's 1-800-FOR-COIT. Coit gift cards are available as well. 1-800-FOR-COIT.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
We're sharing more love than ever before during the 2024 Subaru Share Love event. By the end of this year, Subaru and its retailers will have donated nearly $320 million to charity. Contact your local Subaru retailer to learn more or visit Subaru.com/share.
Listeners know how much family means to me. Here's another local family that I love. Sam, Steve, and Calvin, cousins, and the owners of CNS Cousins Construction. Siding, decks, windows, doors, they do it all. It's not like calling your cousin Ted, who excelled in shop class. No, I've seen the work of CNS Cousins Construction. Call the cousins, 989-COUSINS. Sam, Steve, and Calvin, dedicated to making your vision come to life with craftsmanship and care. CNS Cousins, 989-COUSINS.
Happy holiday savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank TC?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Sugardale semi-bonus whole hams are $1.19 a pound. Sugardale spiral cut half hams $2.49 a pound. And Sunkist Navel oranges 8 for $2. and Nabisco Ritz or snack crackers, 3.5 to 8.5 ounce boxes, 2 for $4. Additional savings in our meat department. USDA Grade A frozen whole butterball turkey breast, $1.49 a pound. USDA Choice boneless New York strip steaks or roast, $10.99 a pound. In our produce department, selected varieties of Northwest pears, $1.79 a pound, and red or green seedless grapes are $2.99 a pound. In our deli department, yellow or white Land O'Lakes American cheese, $5.99 a pound. In our bakery, Jenny Lee cranberry swirl bread, $5 a loaf. And this week, salted or unsalted, essential everyday butter, 1 pound quarters, $2.69 each.
So make it a great holiday season with great savings from Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters would like to wish everyone a happy holiday season. Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters represents more than 42,000 members across 7 states, along with 11 training centers and 1,800 apprentice carpenters. As you reflect on the year, consider what the American worker has created in this country. Know that working hard allows a change to each family's future, and working together allows them to change the world. Together, they're building the future. Find out more at eascarpenters.org.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122. 800-987-6122.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Markets are down today with the Dow looking to avoid its 9th losing day in a row, which we haven't seen since 1978. Energy drink sales are suffering as consumers move toward health and wellness. Red Bull and Monster Beverage are losing market share in the energy drink department as people look more and more for sugar-free options. Brands such as Celsius Holdings are launching social media marketing campaigns to tout their products' health benefits. Union workers at Starbucks have voted overwhelmingly to walk out if they deem necessary. The vote, which a union says was 98% in favor, comes ahead of the final stages of bargaining over contract terms. Workers at more than 500 of the 10,000 or more Starbucks locations in the U.S. are currently unionized. Nikkei in Japan is reporting that Honda and Nissan will be entering negotiations toward a merger. Mitsubishi Motors, which Nissan is the top shareholder in, would also be brought in as well. The two companies are considering operating under a holding company and will soon sign a memorandum of understanding. Nissan dealers in the U.S. have seen their profits fall by 70% over the past year. Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You know, what our parents would always say, they better fix this before somebody gets hurt. Too late for that. Right? Right? You had a cop jogging off duty, stabbed to death along the trails. Too late for that. Had a 93-year-old woman raped by a homeless man with 23 prior arrests. 23. Too late for that. My true political insider, Jim, my brother. How
are you doing, Mark?
If Corey O'Connor is not running for mayor, does Ed Gainey order these homeless camps cleaned up?
No. I mean, let's face it, Marty. We're creatures of habit. He hasn't done it in 3 years. Why would he do it now? Unless he needed to calm the moderate base of this city down.
He says it was his plan all along.
I don't. You know what? If you believe that, then you're ridiculous because he's had 3 years to do this. If he was really going to do this, he would have did it last year before Corey even decided to run and tried to nail his base time. Now he's in a panic because the constituency that he put together to get elected the first time is falling apart.
Hold on. Explain that. Explain that.
Okay, he used a recipe that they've used a lot across the country, where he took the African-American ethnic vote, combined it with the progressive vote that was angry with Peduto, because here we are again. Now, but see, incumbency running is different. You have to put together, because you have a record to run on. Well, he hasn't done anything as an incumbent to do that, and now that half of that constituency is falling apart, he's in a panic and fears, well, maybe I could pull back some of the moderate vote and hold on to this thing, because you know how these progressives are. They turned on Peduto like a snake, and it's the same group. So his consultants seem to not know what they're doing, if you ask me.
About damn time, most people would say, right?
Most people would say that, but his timing is awful. I mean, you'd have to look. Anybody that has any reasonable sense has watched this city fall apart. First, he messed with the trades, got them all mad. Then he couldn't even get plumbers while it was 90-some degrees all summer. He hasn't done anything to show his incumbency and that he's a leader. And now all of a sudden, the progressives are camping out in his front yard, and he wants to be a moderate mayor. It's not going to sell, Mark.
Kind of ironic, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness. I hear, I went to the store this morning, and once you're an elected official, everybody got to tell you everything. I had 3 or 4 people say this to me, all of a sudden he wants to be the mayor. I mean, they even reached out to me, Marty. They haven't talked to me in 3 years since he ran.
Whoa.
Think about that. That ship sailed. He's in trouble. The only chance he has, the old saying, if I can't get as high as you, I got to bring you down to where I'm at. He's got to split that moderate vote by putting other candidates in the race. That's his only chance. Only chance. Trust me on this.
Big Jim, you're the man. Thanks, brother.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
Love him. My man gets it.
Honored to win the Marconi Award as the best news talk station in the country. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. My friends at MediConnect tell me between now and March 31st, they are in an open enrollment period for Medicare. You know it's confusing. If you have any questions about your current coverage or your benefits, now's the time to take a look. Could a new 5-star plan work better? Are you overpaying with prescriptions or other copays? 888-818-6334. MediConnect is local. They've got experts. They'll guide you through Medicare. No cost, no obligation. 888-818-6334.
1 in 8 people, including 1 in 6 children under the age of 18 in southwestern Pennsylvania, are food insecure. Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank leverages the power of community to achieve lasting solutions to hunger and its root causes. Working with 1,000 partners in 11 counties across the Three Rivers region, the food bank is here to ensure everyone in every community has access to the food and resources they need to thrive. If you are in need of food assistance, would like to volunteer or donate, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org.
You know, as they say, one person's personal information is another person's treasure.
Exactly. That's why I use NordVPN every time I surf the web. Features like Threat Protection Pro's safeguard devices from phishing websites and disable intrusive ads and trackers. Just check NordVPN.com, grab the deal, and see for yourself. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
This is a commercial for California Psychics, America's most trusted psychic network. So, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. No, really, this is it. You won't see your soulmate's face in the clouds or your career path mapped out in your cappuccino foam. This really is it. We could add some dramatic sound effects if you'd like. So what you waiting for? Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 48 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. Last weekend's rape of a 93-year-old Pittsburgh woman, allegedly by a sex offender with a lengthy rap sheet, has residents asking why Ryan Huff wasn't in prison. He had previously been charged with multiple crimes since 2013, including indecent assault of a person under 13, indecent exposure, and assault, to name a few. On KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin show, retired Judge Anthony Mariani said Huff's homelessness undermines the intent of Megan's Law to keep tabs on sex offenders.
They don't have an address to go to. My point is that what our structure is not good enough to protect the community.
Mariani said the community must place a higher value on protecting the public from repeat offenders instead of probation and treatment. Public safety confirmed shots were fired this morning outside Perry Academy. Police responded to a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds fired at a teenage boy. There were no injuries, but bullets did damage the school building. TSA officers stopped the 41st gun of the year at Pittsburgh International Monday. The loaded .25 caliber handgun was an 84-man's backpack. Bringing a gun to the airport at checkpoint carries a federal civil penalty of up to $15,000. Yesterday's gun brings the number of weapons stopped at security checkpoints near the record total of 44 from last year. Fire broke out last night at the auditorium in the West Mifflin Area High School, and students were learning remotely today. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has more.
Crews responded to a fire at the high school shortly after 5 p.m. on Monday evening. According to officials, the cause of the blaze is believed to have originated from a scissor lift that was left plugged in to charge overnight. No injuries were reported. West Mifflin Area Superintendent Jeffrey Souls released a statement informing families that students will learn remotely today, and the district anticipates returning to in-person learning on Wednesday. Souls said the building is safe, but more cleanup is needed. Tamara Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
At the same time, the city's removing a Riverside homeless camp on the north side. As early as today, public works crews will begin picking up the tents and garbage. The action sparked calls of brutality from some advocates who accuse the administration of waging an unrelenting war on the unhoused community in Pittsburgh. They picketed the mayor's house last night.
We want and we need our elected officials to protect human rights and to stand up for our most vulnerable neighbors, including unhoused people and people who use substances. Because when we stand up for our most vulnerable neighbors, we stand up for everyone.
A bill backed by McKees Rocks native Damar Hamlin is expected to be signed into law by President Biden over the next coming days. The Hearts Act would give schools money to install AEDs as well as teach CPR training. Hamlin, now a safety with the Buffalo Bills, went into cardiac arrest in 2023 and has become a strong supporter of making AEDs available. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 265 points. The Nasdaq down 47. The S&P 500 is down 20. KDK Sports, Penguins are at home tonight against the LA Kings. Puck drop at 7. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Learn how the Inflation Reduction Act will impact your Medicare plan next year. Contact Dina Schmidt at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. Sunny and 49 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management. That's me singing in the background. When I was young, I dreamed of a career in music. I remember living in New York City and my dad suggesting I stop being a starving artist and come home to Pittsburgh to join his financial planning practice. And after surviving the September 11th attacks, that's what I did. I became a certified financial planner professional, and 10 years later, Dad and I, along with my brother Lester, left our Wall Street brokerage to open an independent financial planning firm. Becoming a business owner Working with my family and helping our clients be successful has been a dream come true. At Botkin Family Wealth Management, we understand that dreams can change. For me and maybe for you. Let us help you navigate the changes. Visit us at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Tune in to KDKA at midnight on Christmas Eve for a special midnight mass from St. Michael Church of Saints, Joachim and Ann Parish in Elizabeth. Christmas has special meanings, and this annual Christmas Mass broadcast is proudly presented by Rome Monument, a company that knows about special meanings. As the Tri-State's largest memorial company founded by Michael Diagardi, Rome Monument is a fourth-generation family-owned business. Their special Christmas gift is providing a Christmas Eve Mass broadcast on KDKA. Merry Christmas from the Diagardi family.
This is Bishop David Zubik of the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh. I invite you to join us for the opening of our Jubilee year on Saturday, December the 28th at 4 p.m. We will first gather at Oakland Catholic High School and then process in candlelight to St. Paul Cathedral to celebrate Mass as Pilgrims of Hope. Come and be a part of this beautiful celebration. For more details, visit diopit.org. See you there.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Rather nice for the rest of today with sunshine and some clouds, a bit on the breezy side with a high of 51. Partly cloudy much of tonight, though around freezing. Tomorrow, cloudy, cooler day with some rain from mid-morning on, the high 42. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're planning to lose weight in the new year, talk to Awaken 180 now. Have your consultation this December and be ready to go day one of the new year. For your resolution, choose the real solution. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Marty Griffin. Hey, got to talk about this mass shooting in Wisconsin. I've got a lot to say, but I want to get to some bleed over from the last hour. Talking about downtown and homelessness. Wow. Just got a text from one of my sources. Units just said 2 overdoses here. Sounds like overdoses everywhere. This is from cops downtown. So several people overdose right now downtown. Homeless folks. Drugs. Awful. It's awful. Go ahead, Greg. You get the last word on this today.
What's up? How you been, man?
What's up, my man?
I ain't talked to you in a while, my man.
I love hearing from you, man.
Hey, I like hearing you. I heard you was a little sick at one time.
Yep.
I am myself, a little bit now. Just got out the hospital not too long ago, and I'm recuperating. But I think we need more police in the downtown area.
Yep.
Work downtown.
Yep.
It's safe. It's not as bad as it was. It got much better.
A 93-year-old woman was raped by a homeless man 2 days ago.
Was it? I was still in the hospital then. I didn't hear nothing about that, Marty.
Yeah.
93-year-old lady was raped by a homeless man.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Got on a bus downtown and followed her home. 23 arrests. Yep.
That was terrible, man. That was terrible. Was Perry High School shot at today?
Yes. 11. Random shots outside the school. Thanks, my man. I love hearing from Greg. You're welcome here every time. He's a fantastic guy. We'll stay on top of the overdoses downtown, but I wanted to kind of you to understand that this is constantly a battle to stay alive. People are dying. I want to play this piece from this mass shooting from CBS. This story is awful. Listen.
Possibly 1 deceased, maybe 6 people injured, at least 2 shot.
Police say officers arrived 3 minutes after a second-grade student called police about an active shooter at Abundant Life Christian School Monday morning.
Don't let that soak in for a minute. A second-grade student called 911.
Upon arrival, police say they found the shooter dead inside the school and recovered a 9mm handgun.
We are certainly speaking and talking with the parents who are cooperating to determine if they were gun owners and if they had guns. But at this time, again, we're still talking with them.
Investigators say the shooter was 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, who went by Samantha. We're told she opened fire during study hall. Police searched her Madison home Monday and said they're speaking with her father. The motive is unknown.
We heard them, and then some people started firing, and then we just waited till the police came, and then they escorted us out.
Sixth grader Adler Jean Charles says he was in English class when he heard the shots.
I was scared. Why did they do that? Why?
So as I was driving over here, not knowing if my kids are alive or not, I just prayed.
Driving to school, not knowing if your 4 kids are alive or dead, what is that like?
You know, it's beyond me, right? I can't change anything, and that's kind of why I just had to lean into God as somebody who is bigger. And so I just had to trust him.
Kellen Lewis has 4 kids who attend Abundant Life Christian School.
You know, it's tough. It makes you appreciate your kids, but man, my heart goes out to those that they don't have their kids to hug anymore.
Man, now think about this. Think about this. The teacher killed was a substitute. Amazing. So think about how life plays out. So a teacher gets sick and calls in and is at home. A sub gets called. Honey, I got a job today. Goes to a school and is shot dead. Think about that. There were horrible things spread about the potential shooter on Facebook immediately and on Twitter. Horrible lies. Well, sex change and testosterone and blaming it on trans this and trans that. Stop. Stop that. Horrifying, regardless. Got to figure this out, man. So far this year, more than 80 shootings on school grounds. 80, man. 50 dead. So, for all of you folks incensed about trans this or trans that, so this is what you want to do now. Blame trans people. Okay, what about the other 79 shootings? I find it reprehensible that we always want to find the bad guy to make us feel better. But that doesn't help. We want to get a gun to make us feel better. But that doesn't help. It just doesn't. The horrifying truth is we've lost touch with our kids. This girl had some kind of manifesto, and quite frankly, I'm not going to get into it. I just don't see the use or the help or the... I just don't. But she was troubled. I found something about that I wanted to offer as a little piece of advice. Basic stuff for moms, dads, grandmothers, grandfathers. Notice sharp changes in behavior. It can be tough to figure out whether a student might be contemplating harm or if they simply being irritable, angry, or withdrawn. The key is to look for drastic changes in behavior. How about that? How about this? Increased outward behavior. So, an escalation in grievances, anger, difficulty managing their emotions. How about that? Or they become withdrawn, no longer interacting with groups or friends, starting to spend more time on the internet. By the way, this is all basic stuff, but it's actually common sense. I find this enlightening. Watch out for leakage. Leakage is actually fascinating. School shooters often leak hints about their plans before they carry them out. Typically done because the offender is really excited about what they're going to do. Some people say it's a cry for help. If they're discovered beforehand, that they could use that for purpose. But for those bent on violence, they plan it. They think about it. They fantasize about it. They prepare for it. in all of that period of time in which that is done, it's very pleasant for them. I hate to say this. They enjoy it. They enjoy it. Kathy, go ahead.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
All right.
I hate to bring politics into this, but I'm going to. We have a person who is going to take office in January, and they partially won the election because they badgered about trans people. So that's what this world's coming to. We got a man that's going to take the highest office in the United States, and he condones this kind of behavior.
Yeah, I know you want to blame this on Trump, and that's your thing, and good for you, but that's not right. It just isn't. Who was president in 1999? I'm serious, Patrick. I need to know real quick. Let's find out. I'm an idiot to this stuff. Because I'm going to make a point here. Who was president? Bill Clinton. So, ma'am, and I appreciate the call, and I appreciate your passion. Bill Clinton was president in 1999. You know what happened then? Columbine High School. Did we blame Bill? Was it Bill's fault? No. We got to look in the mirror. We got to look inward. And when we come back, I'm going to tell you how the pros, the folks who really give a damn, are preparing for these incidents at daycares. Seriously, at daycares. You got to hear this stuff. Hey, it's Marty. I go back 20 years with Phil DeLucente, one of the best lawyers in the country and one of my close friends. And, I mean, they handle unbelievable cases, fraud, criminal cases, big time product liability and medical malpractice cases, the experts. And Phil gets it right. We have been using him on air for nearly 20 years. GetPhil.com. 800-438-7445.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
The holidays are just around the corner, so now's the time to shop new deals at Lowe's. Make your home even merrier with up to 50% off select holiday decor clearance. Plus, don't miss our limited time weekly deal drops on items like appliances, tools, grills, and more. There's something for everyone on your list. Count on Lowe's to help you save all season long, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 12/12 through 12/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, head dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Big news, Pittsburgh. G&G Fitness Equipment is moving out of its McKnight location, and everything must be cleared out. Right now, save up to 70% off premium fitness equipment, treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms, and more. Visit them at 7725 McKnight Road. That's 15237. Take advantage of these massive discounts before they're gone. Once it's out the door, it's gone for good. Don't wait. This opportunity won't last. Visit ggfitness.com for more details.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? There's only one clear choice: the Power of Bowser family of dealerships, featuring Chevrolet, GMC, Buick, Hyundai, Subaru, Nissan, and Genesis. With 3 locations across the Pittsburgh area, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle at Bowser. The Power of Bowser puts the power in your hands at powerofbowser.com. Shop the Bowser Express Store and choose your vehicle, payment, and financing options. Value your trade and even schedule pickup of your new ride, all at powerofbowser.com. The Bowser family of dealerships in 3 locations: Pleasant Hills, Monroeville, and Chippewa. Visit powerofbowser.com today. The power of Bowser family of dealerships, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Every school's different. I heard Colin, he was spot on about metal detectors in schools. I wanted to read this from one of my boys who is right in the heart of this at their cop, at their school district. This is Fox Chapel. 8 officers. How about that? All with 25 plus years of former police experience. That's amazing. 1 officer at each school and 3 officers at the high school. That's amazing. God bless them. Putting it into context, the average 911 response time is 8 to 10 minutes. It's a long time. A lot of bullets can be fired. That's why we developed a department. They want 1 officer at each school. Very good. One of these cops that I know that's doing this has more training now than they had when they were in Pittsburgh as a cop. Not disparaging Pittsburgh police. But that same district does not have metal detectors. It's actually fascinating. And many of the guys I've reached out to who are cops who work in schools, Butler has a hell of a program. They have state cops retired in every school. But see, every district can't afford this. So just suggesting this, if it was a requirement set forth by the state or federal government, then it would be easier to put in play. It's actually a great point. Great point. Rob Kenya, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
How are you doing?
A very difficult time. First of all, Rob's one of my closest friends. He's my son's godfather. He has several kids who have been in school, but more than that, and are still in school. He's an expert on child care. And as frightening as it sounds, you have training in your daycare centers for this sort of thing. Do you not, sir?
Yeah, we do active shooter training. We do lockdown training. Pretty much anything and everything you can imagine to keep kids safe while they're in care.
When did this notion occur, Rob, that you said, we got to get this even at daycares?
I'm not sure if it's an industry standard. I started about 5 years ago.
Now, how do you do it? Do you have people come in, or how's it work?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we use the county sheriffs. So whatever county we're in, we'll work with the sheriff. Sometimes it's the local police, but we go direct to law enforcement because they're going to be the first ones responding to the facility.
How do your employees and then how do parents embrace this, or don't they?
So nothing negative at all. Some people are very happy about it, and some people have nothing to say about it. But, I think it's one of those unfortunate things that we have to make sure that we're prepared for nowadays.
Is this standard in daycares?
No.
No. And has it crossed your mind that this could happen at a daycare? Is that why you did this?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I've been in childcare. We made it up as we went along on 9/11. We made it up as we went along through COVID, terrorist pandemic, things like that. So this is something that sadly, because we've seen this happening in education environments that, with my clients, we want to make sure we're prepared.
Well, I know they have cops in schools now at Mount Lebanon, but I know my kids have said that some teachers and or students and or parents say these drills, because they're so real, they upset them. Do you hear this from folks in Upper St. Clair?
No, I haven't.
No. And do they have?
No, I mean, you look, in childcare, we do fire drills once a month, and the fire alarm is scary to kids, but we have their attention and they know how to get out of the building and things like that. So, if people are triggered, too bad. This is for your own good.
Have you thought about metal detectors?
For childcare, no.
No. Why? You said that very quickly. Why? What's the difference? If you're doing mass shooter training, why not this?
Well, we've had parents ask if we have bulletproof glass.
Oh, wow.
So there's a cost associated. We're not taxpayer funded like the school districts. It's not something you can write into your budget. Childcare is expensive as it is. We start adding things like metal detectors and bulletproof glass and armed security and things like that, where nobody can afford childcare anymore.
So when I grew up and when you grew up, this never happened. And I mean, ever. What's changed? What's happened to our culture? What happened?
Well, I think it's the same as when we talk about the homeless problem and the drug problem in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think this is mental illness run amok. You can't be politically correct and addressing issues. We've become a politically correct woke culture that doesn't want to offend anyone, when certain people probably should be offended, probably should be forced into some sort of care environment where they can get the treatment they need, whether it's drugs, mental illness, or whatever's causing the issues in their life. But we don't do that. And now we have these issues. We have, homeless encampments all over the cities. That's where we are. So, whatever industry you're in, whatever you're doing, you have to be prepared for all of these sad potential scenarios.
And my boy Billy points this out, and he's right. I remember my mother telling me that at Sacred Heart Elementary, when she was a kid, which would have been in the 30s, that they would get under their desks, right, in the fetal position, preparing for a nuclear attack, because it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I remember those.
So the world has changed, and we have to adapt, right?
Yeah.
Man. Rob Kenya, thanks, brother.
Thanks. Take care, Marty.
It's tough, man. It's very hard to watch this happen, to watch our culture disintegrate, to tell another story about another kid with mental illness. But those couple of points that I made about checks on your kids, right? Mood changes, leaks, could save a life, could save their life, could save your life. And at a real basic level, where are your guns at home? Where are your guns at home? You gotta be careful.
Do you have shoeboxes full of old videotapes and photos? Starting now, radio listeners get access to our best last-minute holiday deals from Legacy Box. Get your family's videotapes converted for just $9 and photos professionally scanned for as low as 7 cents each, which is 76% less than what other brands charge. As the world's largest digitizer, you can trust Legacy Box to digitize your entire collection of old media. Everything from the embarrassing haircut you had in the 90s to photos of your great-grandma's wedding. Visit legacybox.com/value to get 200 photos scanned starting at just $19.95. Oh, and don't forget, Legacy Box also digitizes over 15 other types of analog media. It's the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season. Take advantage of this exclusive last-minute holiday offer from Legacy Box. Go to legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com/value.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Par-Mar store. See for yourself. Download the Par-Mar stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This holiday season, we are reminded that the best gifts don't come in a box or wrapped in ribbon. They come from the heart. At CASA of Westmoreland, our volunteers give the gift of advocacy to abused and neglected children in the foster care system. Your voice can be a child's gift this season, a gift that gives hope, stability, and a brighter future. Give the gift of advocacy and become a CASA volunteer today. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org to learn more.
Levin Furniture and Mattresses stocked to the roof with 2024 mattresses that must be sold now. Take 20% off Overstock Simmons Beauty Rest handcrafted Grand Legacy and Serta Perfect Sleepers. Plus, we pay the sales tax. Get free box spring sheet set, pillows, and protector. And free White Glove delivery and setup. Plus, a lifetime low price guarantee and 0% financing on Tempur-Pedic and Purple sleep sets. It's the great year-end mattress clearance. Now at Levin Furniture and Levin Mattress.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 48 degrees in Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Last weekend's rape of a 93-year-old Pittsburgh woman, allegedly by a sex offender with a lengthy rap sheet, has residents asking why Ronnie Huff wasn't in prison. He had previously been charged with multiple crimes since 2013, including indecent assault of a person under 13, indecent exposure, and assault, to name a few. On KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin show, retired Judge Anthony Mariani said Huff's homelessness undermines the intent of Megan's Law to keep tabs on sex offenders.
They don't have an address to go to. My point is that what our structure is not good enough to protect the community.
Mariani said the community must place a higher value on protecting the public from repeat offenders rather than probation and treatment. Public safety confirmed shots were fired this morning outside Perry Academy. Police responded to a shot spotter alert for 11 rounds fired at a teenage boy. There were no injuries, but bullets did damage the school building. Could we soon see the closing of two well-known properties in our area? News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
Downtown's Gateway Center could be sold as a result of a court decree. A court in the Virgin Islands ordered the liquidation of Hertz Properties Group, a decision that could force the sale of 9 office buildings across the U.S. The Post-Gazette reports Gateway Center, the 4-building complex near the entrance to Point State Park, appears to be part of the portfolio of properties affected by the liquidation order. And Pittsburgh's biggest regional mall, Monroeville, a Chattanooga, Tennessee-based CBL Properties, listed the mall for sale after first purchasing the complex 20 years ago. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
I just can't smile without you. You came along just like a song and brightened my day.
Barry Manilow's last concert tour will stop at PPG Paints Arena next year. The 81-year-old's last Pittsburgh concert is set for Friday, May 23rd, and tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 338 points, the Nasdaq down 65. The S&P 500 is down 26 points. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously, with estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do, folks. They're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best. And look, you got family and friends. You want them to be cozy. You got to have the best windows. Universal Windows Direct right now. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. 0% financing for 60 months. Amazing stuff. Right now, 412-545-6003. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. They rock.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning diamond pendant, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect gemstone piece or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have hundreds of styles that are ready to be wrapped and put under the tree. No need to wait for shipping. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas before you head to the store, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and some clouds for the rest of today. Rather breezy, the high 51, and partly cloudy tonight, though 32. Cloudy and cooler tomorrow with periods of rain from mid-morning on, the high 42. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 35. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10. In our 7 o'clock hour, the weekly visit with Rich Fitzgerald. He'll let us know what's going on in and around town for the new year.
Man, so close to home. Man. So this happened in Red Bank Valley School, High School. Clarion. Wow. They had to lock down the high school after the school received threatening phone calls from the husband of a teacher. He's going to kill her, the students, and himself. This is just yesterday. Wow. Wow. Going to kill himself, his wife, and students at the school. Never ends, man. Awful. Tommy, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking the call. I'm 65 years old, and I don't recall any mass shootings in the 60s or 70s. The first one I remember was in Stockton, California, with a guy named Patrick Purdy at a McDonald's. I think he used an AK-47. I could be mistaken. Now, if I go back to my youth, you are familiar with the 30 caliber carbine rifle that was used in World War II, correct?
No, but go ahead, sir.
Okay, well, there's a very famous photo of Malcolm X holding up that weapon, all right? Doesn't look like an M16 or an AR-15. However, it's semi-automatic, fires a 30 caliber bullet. It'll do the same thing, essentially, what the AR-15 does. The point I'm making is that, one, after World War II, veterans were given those rifles to take home with them if they wanted. Wow. There was like 3 or 4 million in circulation. And 2 of my friends' fathers who served in World War II had those rifles. They had 20-round magazines, and you could double them up to a 40-round. Anyway, the point being, there were semi-automatic rifles and handguns around when I was a kid. What's changed is the culture in this country, and I think a big part of it with these kids that go off the deep end, you got to take a look at the drugs that these kids have been using.
So what the hell does that have to do with the guns you were talking about? What?
Well, the point being is that there were guns around in circulation 50, 60 years ago, okay? It was much easier to purchase them lawfully. Are there more guns around now? Of course. There's probably one gun for every American. In this
1.5, actually.
But, okay, fine. So the point being is that we have, as you said earlier, a mental illness problem. I mean, a kid that goes in and shoots up their school because they got picked on, that didn't happen back in the 1970s.
Well, it happened hold on. It happened in the 60s, actually.
Well, there was one guy that shot a school tower.
Oh, he killed 14 people.
Name me the one man.
He killed 14 people, sir. I don't know what his point was. Charles Whitman, 14 people, Texas school tower shooting. Look, when my father was in school, the guys in the gun club brought their guns to school and put them in their locker. I mean, it's just the way it was. It's not that way anymore. I don't know what that guy was trying to say. I'm not trying to pick on you, sir, but something changed post-Columbine in terms of mass shootings at schools. It escalated insanely after that. There's 1,000 things, sir. The disintegration of the family, a proliferation of guns, breakdown of our culture, social media, mental illness, school stress, depression, anxiety, all that stuff. We always want to know after why. What we need to learn is before, right? What's going on with your kid? No, seriously, your kid today, tonight. I have a hard time with my daughters because they're daughters. And, I'm not a perfect father. But my father used to make sure that he knew what I was up to all the time. And my mother was up my you-know-what, banging on doors, dragging me home. And I think we, collectively, have an obligation to be better at knowing what the hell's going on with our kids or grandkids. A woman sent me a note here about the schools where she's at. Hold on, let me get to it to be fair. They're kicking butt. Armstrong School District. Retired troopers. Excellent. Metal detectors. Excellent. I give the school administration my full support. They do whatever needs to be done to keep kids safe. Absolutely. I love it. But every school can't afford that. And you got the bubble mentality. My kids live in a bubble. It'll never happen here kind of thing. That's why a lot of the affluent districts, and I'm just being honest, don't have metal detectors because they think it's just not necessary for our kids. So it comes back to me and you in my engagement with my daughters and my son and watching what they're watching on social media. We're in a great debate right now, and I think I brought this up with Patrick, as to whether my son should be allowed to use or have this insanely violent video game. What's it called?
Call of Duty.
Yeah. They literally blow people's brains out. I mean, blood, heads blow up. And does that force kids into that sphere? I don't know, but if you're doing it 6 hours a day, it doesn't help. It starts at home, man. I mean, I love the districts that have the cops and the security. I love it, but you can't secure all the school buses or the football games or the soccer fields or the shopping malls or the churches. You can't put a cop everywhere in the world. And there's 1.5 guns for every American, so we're not doing the gun control thing, are we? Because that ship sailed, brother. Go ahead, Harry.
Yeah, hey. What you were talking about just a second ago, Call of Duty, that is a major issue with our youth because they have been desensitized.
Yeah, I've heard this. It's actually a reasonable theory. Yeah, I've heard this. Have you watched it at all?
No, I'm 66.
Doesn't matter.
I used to play pinball.
No, I get it, but I would suggest you go on Google and watch 30 seconds of it. It's Harry. It's mine.
Well, yeah, I've seen Halo. I've seen Call of Duty.
It's
the point.
Yep.
Okay, now going back to the family, with the breakdown of the intact two-parent family, not only is there no mother at home when you come home from school, but you don't have the aunts and uncles, and you don't have grandparents.
Doesn't help, sir.
So
by the way, I love your input. This is actually spot on.
So couple that with no fault divorce.
Yep.
You have a breakdown where children are coming home. There's nobody to monitor them.
That's right.
One thing that you were talking about, the Columbine students, I don't know what the technical term is. It the medicines that they are given are called SSRIs, some sort of serotonin inhibitor uptake.
Yep.
Now, Adderall.
We talked about this yesterday. These are stimulants, and I'll tell you what. I love that guy. Harry was spot on. Harry takes personal responsibility, but he's right about the games. They're crazy as hell. Your first take, do you think, I think letting a kid watch that crap for hours on end, I just don't think it helps at all. I don't think it can. A 14-year-old, 15-year-old.
I think it also depends on the age and the maturity of the kid.
Yeah. It's rough, though, man. It's really violent.
Yeah.
I mean, people's heads blow up. Harry, great call, man. Great call.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
I'm here for PJ Fitzpatrick. Have you been dreaming of a new shower to replace your slippery old tub? PJ Fitzpatrick can install a low-threshold or low-entry, fully customized jacuzzi shower system in just one day. It is surprisingly affordable and comes with a lifetime guarantee. Trust me, a happy bath makes for a happy life. Better yet, trust PJ. Visit trustpj.com to set up a free design consultation and take advantage of the fall promotions. That's trustpj.com. TrustPJ.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Local news can come at you fast. Want the latest on what's happening in your backyard? Download the free Odyssey app. Follow your local news station, and you'll get alerts on the top stories making headlines in your city. You can stay in the know, no matter what you're up to, and be among the first to find out when news breaks. Plus, keep tabs on weather and traffic, so you're never caught off guard. To get started, download the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, and follow your local news station.
There will come a time when you want to turn off the financial news and turn on a great retirement. Tune into Expedition Retirement with Greg Ayler, Saturday night at 8, Sunday night at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we are here for you, and we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. This is the perfect
time to get started on your weight loss and health journey. It's true. Avoid the stampede of holiday overeating, learn how to eat and drink during get-togethers without feeling deprived, and be thrilled with the start of the new year, having lost your first 10 to 20 pounds. But you've got to start now. I'll hold your hand every step of the way, and you'll enjoy the holidays. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. A small community bank with a northern footprint is going east with its next branch. SSB Bank's plan to add a branch in Greenfield has been approved by the Pennsylvania Department of Banking and Securities. The location at 4028 Beechwood Boulevard is in a retail plaza near Squirrel Hill in Oakland, east of downtown Pittsburgh. It'll be the third branch for SSB and the first addition in more than 7 years. Also, Pittsburgh's biggest regional mall is being shopped for sale. After first buying the complex 20 years ago, Chattanooga, Tennessee-based CBL Properties has listed Monroeville Mall for sale with JLL, according to an online marketing material. JLL Marketing Materials put the total property, which includes the open-air district that was just being built when CBL first bought in 2004, at more than 1.24 million square feet on more than 80 acres. It remains a dominant shopping destination for the east suburbs, despite facing the same kinds of challenges all malls have had to work through amid the shifting buying habits and other issues. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
My kids are surrounded by wealth and power, and I find that to be unsettling. I do. I lament this to my wife and all the time, and she understands. The caller that called about the old days was so right. In my neighborhood, this is the truth, is that in my neighborhood, this is the truth, within 75 yards of our house, my two grandparents, seriously, the Irish and Italian grandparents lived next door to each other. Not exaggerating. I had 44 first cousins, just on the Irish side, man. I still have a bunch of relatives in Bloomfield. Love them. My father had 6 brothers and sisters. They all lived in Pittsburgh and all took care of each other. Man, that call was profound. My man, you nailed it. So the safety net has these big friggin' holes in it. Big. And so, look, man, I think it's cool when schools can afford to have cops in the school. I love seeing a cop parked outside of Mount Lebanon High School. I love how that department operates. I love how the school operates. But it's just not the answer, man. It just isn't. I remember my daughters, I think this was a year and a half ago. I was on the air and I started getting all these texts. It was about 11:30 in the morning from Sophia and Chloe that they were running out of the school. I'm serious. And that someone was going to come and shoot up the school. Didn't happen. But there's that moment where you're, right? The panic starts to, the WTF moment, right? My kids are surrounded by wealth, and that doesn't translate into love and commitment and honesty. And my parents were our only babysitter for my kids. They watched our kids grow up. We have dinner every single night, the whole family. I'm not saying our family's perfect. Come on. I'm insane, so that's part of the factor. But my man, the greatest call we had today, in that we lose sight of the safety net has holes in it. Big tears. And so things fall through. Kids get forgotten. And souls get lost. And they seek out hope or justice or validation online with a gun. And we have a record number of school shootings. 50 dead so far this year. 50, man. 80 shooting incidents on campuses. 80. And until we get a better grip of what's going on in our kids' heads and in their lives, this will continue. No matter how many cops you hire, it's just going to continue. Rob, go ahead.
Hey, Marty, good to talk to you again.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, on the parental side of this issue here,
yeah,
lock the guns up. Just lock them up.
True.
It's not that hard. I have a 13-year-old special needs son at home. I can't afford to make a mistake like that. He does not understand danger. I will not make that mistake. Lock them up. End of discussion. And I'm not saying that's the only answer.
No, hold on.
If you own a weapon,
right on,
lock
brother.
it up.
Right on, man.
I've been around guns my whole life. If my dad, hopefully he's not listening to you right now. He does listen to you. If he found out when I was younger that I touched one of the guns that he had, which was in the cabinet, I would have got my you-know-what kid. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I would have got beat within an inch of my life. I knew not to touch those guns. You know, like I said, I have a special needs son who doesn't realize danger. I will not make that mistake.
Man, that's a great point. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
It's great
Merry
stuff.
Christmas.
My man cares. You hear that in his voice? See, I like that. He gives a damn about his son. He gives a damn about his son's safety. And he gives a damn about the world we're living in. I think we need to seek out the greatness in our kids and make them feel that. I think we need to find out where their dark places are. I'm serious, because there are dark places with kids, as we all had them. I did. My friends all did. We did weird stuff. We stole cars and lit fires and stole stuff. We just did. I mean, jumped trains and crazy stuff. We had guns by the railroad tracks shooting pheasants and got arrested several times and wondered why I was still alive. But my mom was always there looking for me. My father was there, always there kicking my ass. And my grandparents were 2 blocks away. And my cousins were in Bloomfield and Penn Hills, Wilkinsburg, Shadyside, Squirrel Hill, Monroeville. All that's gone now. There are massive holes in the safety net, and it's up to us to stitch up that net to protect our children and the others, too.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center, online and on the Voice of Pittsburgh.